sound. Hold that thought. No. No output. Hold that thought. Yeah. And change this to that one. Try now.
How's that?
Can anybody hear me out there? Or have the Eldritch Beasts gone ahead and taken over the world again? All right.
Are good.
I win.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I guess you now know the mystery person who is Omega Control. He can wave to you there. So anyway, thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you being here. We're going to be running the second half of the All That Glitters, and we'll be hopefully finishing that. Well, we will be finishing it tonight. Whether any of our intrepid investigators survive is another thing. We have transmogrified one of our players to Omega Control. And so we're going to go forward with that. If you're watching us here live on Twitch, please make sure to follow us. It's free and it helps support the Games Tavern shows. If you're catching us on the YouTubes, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss when your episodes are getting posted, when our episodes are getting posted. Followers of our show will notice that we have a couple of, well, no, we don't have any. We have one newcomer, but I've already talked about him. So before we get into our story, though, the Elder Gods have demanded that we provide you with the following data feed.
Please understand that we have a couple of content warnings in no particular order of importance. I want to warn you that in this game, we have or could have abuse, animal death, self-harm, suicide, gratuitous violence, needles, kidnapping, death, blood, mental illness, tentacles, mutations, shrubberies, insects, birds, blood, cats, dogs, drug usage, chemicals and chemical usage, radiation, lizards, firearms, blood, explosions, interrogations, clowns, sarcasm, arson, threatening mechanical implements, and something else that I just can't remember, so we won't worry about that.
Memory loss?
Also, the Omega File stream will feature several points in the broadcast where you decide part of the narrative. That's right, you get to use the Prime feature to vote in the chat to determine an effect somewhere in tonight's investigation. And I will kick that over to Guy.
So remember, if you have an Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord.
And today we're giving away a mystery dice set from our friends at 1985 Games. Check them out at 1985games.com and use the code TGT10 to get 10% off your order. And for 2 weeks only, you can gear up your whole game group or treat yourself to a Dragon's Hoard with buy 6, get 2 free on our new and improved mystery dice. Type !epic once you see the notice in chat that the raffle is live. You must be a resident of the US or Canada, excluding Quebec, and you must be a follower to enter. We will continue to take entries until the end of the stream, so be sure to stick around, as you must be present in chat for the staff to contact you when we pick a winner. If not, we will draw a new winner, so don't miss out.
All right, so let's get on with the show. Where we left our intrepid adventurers, or in this case, investigators, they had wandered into a strange land that definitely is not Texas, and had been following a series of posts, metal posts that had been driven into the ground with red cloth tied around the tops. With the sun about to break over the cliff face to their left, since they're not sure what direction is which, they took shelter inside of a small cave. And we're going to start with that, where they are going to wake up after a long, hard sleep from so much exercise. And they notice that Moose is no longer with them. Instead, there's a gentleman, probably in his late 30s, brown hair, glasses. Wait a minute. That's Richard Sullivan, their contact. Where did he come from?
Oh my God, Sullivan!
You guys finally made it.
Moose suit? What'd you do with Moose?
Well,
Are you in a moose suit all along?
maybe.
I
I don't remember. I've been down here for a long time. I was expecting you guys a while ago. This is insane. Like, have you seen what's going on around here?
We've seen
Yeah,
a
I
bit.
feel like we almost died many times.
What was it, that lizard thing?
In the caves?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
They chased me all around the caves. I barely made it out myself. And you see me, I've got like blood all over my arm from scrape.
And,
Ooh,
and
that was bad.
his clothes look like he's probably been out in the wilds for quite a while now.
Can I break out my first aid kit that I have because I'm a stuntman and we hurt ourselves all the time?
So does that mean the job is complete? Mission accomplished?
I don't know about you, but like I want to know more about these steaks. Like who
I'm
put them
thinking of
here?
going vegetarian, so I'm fine if we skip him.
Well, the only reason that Richard has been able to survive is that it turns out underneath that brown, dead-looking grass are bulbs that he's been squeezing out for water. He's been able to grind them up and pour them out as water. So he's been surviving on those and then the mash that's left inside. And you'll notice that something you hadn't seen earlier is that there's quite a lot of holes or depressions where obviously there had been grass before, and you don't know how you missed all the tracks of him moving through the area.
Well, we were very tired.
Probably the big sandstorm.
How long have you been out here?
I've lost track of time. It feels like I've been here for a year.
Oh my god.
Now, from the marks on the wall, if he was keeping good count, he's been out here for over 20 days.
Subsisting off of grass sponge
Yes.
bulbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's a little gaunt, but not too bad.
I
And
got
that's
When
a
was
even-
our last contact with him?
I no longer look GQ.
No. He was fantastically GQ.
He was.
Also, I
But
got a
not anymore.
51 on my first aid to take a look at him to see help out with the cuts they might have and see what sort
The
of help he's
abrasions.
at.
So the cuts and abrasions have actually gone through a lot of healing. He had tied a piece of his shirt around his arm so as to staunch it, and it's just kind of healed over time. You're amazed that he hasn't gotten an infection.
Maybe everything here is dead. There's no bacteria. Is that possible? Booker.
No, probably not.
Impossible.
Is it
Impossible.
not possible?
It's not impossible.
I feel like
No, it is possible.
from my perspective, we left to go find him like yesterday or today.
Yesterday.
Now he's saying he's been here for 20 days.
Right.
At
that's
least
why I was
20
asking.
rotations of what you can call the sun, which was just a red orb in the sky. It was a very large red orb, so the light never changed.
All hail the orb.
All hail the glow cloud.
Wrong show.
So, when was the last time we had contact with them? In our world?
When he contacted you 3 days ago to have you come to the hotel.
But he was never at the hotel.
Not when you were there, that is correct.
He had gone to the farm that day, which is when he went missing.
I imagine I'm just like kind of sitting down and almost like zoned out and just kind of like battle shock kind of face, like just not really comprehending that you guys are actually here. Like it's finally.
Yeah,
So-
and you realize that he was laying in the exact same spot that Moose had laid down for the night. So perhaps they switched places wherever Richard had been.
So you've been outside of the cave system for 20 days?
20 rotations is what he's counted, but he may have slept through some due to exhaustion and
But I mean,
Yeah,
the
you lose
entire
track of
time he's
time.
been outside of the cave system, not
Right.
still inside the
Yes.
labyrinth.
I've tried going in, and then I've heard the scrapings of the claws on the ground, and I immediately ran back out.
so, and you see that he does have an M16 on him, but it from the severe amount of dust it's been exposed to, you doubt it will fire more than once.
That's a shame.
Well, it didn't seem to be
Is
doing much
Moose's
good
weapon
anyway.
here?
No, but yours is.
Just mine. Okay.
Yeah, Moose and all of his gear was where you were, and now is not.
So, in all the time that you've been out here, have you had any time to explore?
I didn't want to get too far in case you finally showed up, so I haven't really gone very far.
And the
They
other
didn't
problem
see-
is
we showed
the storms and the dust, they kick up randomly. It's not, there's no warning when all of a sudden you'll lose all sight and have just 20 or 30 yards to see in the distance.
So we
Like
can
right now,
decide-
it's amazingly clear, and off in the distance, you swear you can see what looks like buildings, but not in the direction the posts are going, the stakes are going. You can see the stakes going off almost parallel to the cliff face.
Speaking of which, Richard, did you place those stakes?
No, they were here when I got here.
Have you
Oh,
figured out why they're here?
No, because every time I go out, I end up having to run back here.
so we still have something out there planting stakes.
Or they've been here a while.
Yes.
If I were to estimate how far away those buildings are from where we are, what are we looking at?
Do you have binoculars, right?
Yeah. I would.
You would guess that it would be at least a couple of miles, because they're really just like bumps. And when you do look through the binoculars, you can see that they are building shaped, but you can't tell anything specific out. But it is definitely a skyline of town, city. You're not sure, but it would be, if you were out in the middle and a dust kicked up, you may never find your way back, or to the town.
Unless we left more stakes on the way like this other person did.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I guess we could collect the stakes and then use them to go to the town.
But then we couldn't find our way back to the cave.
Because you can only see the one before you get to the other one.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Visibility with these storms, like, it's impossible to go very far. If we take up the stakes, I don't know how we'll get back.
And almost as you're talking about it, the dust starts kicking back up, but you don't feel any real breeze. It's not like the air's doing it. It's just like all of a sudden there's just dust just floats through the area. And you can only see as far as that one stake in the distance.
I think our best bet's just to go back into the cave.
I was just thinking that, like, maybe we're gonna have to fight a lizard today.
I fought the iguanoids before. They're tough, but they do go down.
You fought one of those things before?
Well, one of one of those things.
There's more? I was
Many.
kind of hoping it was just the one.
Me too, but I couldn't really tell any markings. There might be more. I don't know.
Yeah, he got chased out. And if you ask him what color it was also red.
Well, Richard, you're our contact on this. Which would you have us do? Explore the city in the horizon, or head back towards the cave and
The
get back?
more information that we can bring back to home office, the better, I think.
The other option is to continue following the stakes.
Oh, that's a third option?
Why did that not occur to any of us?
I thought the stakes got
That's what-
here.
that's-
I
and-
did
No, they
mention
kept
it.
going.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
found
was
this
doing when
hole
we first
because it was
visited.
near a stake. Yeah, there are stakes still going off into the distance.
Let's keep following them then. See where it goes.
It's a great
All right.
stakeout.
It's a stakeout. Nice.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
boy.
very nice. I like that. All right. So as our group moves, I just want to remind everybody in chat, vote for your decision on the question. It will make a big difference coming up. Okay. So as you begin moving forward, you walk for, you're not even sure how long. It's taking you, it feels like days, but you know it can't be because you're not running out of food and water. You're not as tired as you should be. Perhaps it's just the boredom of the scenery, that it never changes, that you can only see, like 35 or 40 feet in front of you and behind you at any one time. And then every once in a while, there's a clarity of the air, and you can see a little bit further. And you notice when you get that last blast of clear air that you're actually heading back towards the cliff face, almost straight at it.
I don't trust it.
Neither.
Are we sure it's our original cliff face and not one that looks a lot like it?
Well, that cliff face, when it gets clear, you've been able to see that it's been to your left the whole time. So it's probably the same cliff. And then that's what the sun comes up and over.
What's to our right?
The open desert, the open, flat, barren lands. And out that direction is where you glimpsed the town, but you can't see it anymore, even when it gets clear.
And it's just like desert as far as we can see.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cracked, dry looking ground. Looks like it hasn't had water in 100 years. But it hasn't turned to dust and sand. It's still very hard on the surface. Almost like there's no weathering at all. Which would also fit with what you saw in the cave. There doesn't really seem to be any weathering. It just seems to be stagnant.
Like self-contained almost.
Frozen in time? Maybe? Not sure. But as you...
I don't know either.
Are you going to proceed forward, or do you want to turn away?
I'm feeling the cave.
I'm going to keep on going. I've been out here this long and
And you've not seen anything alive out here the entire time you've been here.
The only thing, and I'll let everybody know, the only thing that I've seen move, other than the wind and the dust, is that lizard back in the cave.
So
we should ask the lizard some questions.
You speak lizard?
Lizards speak us.
lizards speak us.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. How else would they infiltrate the government?
I'm just like, I used to have a pet iguana, and it didn't talk too much, but that's fine. You can talk to the
distant relative.
All right. So you, I'm assuming you're going to keep moving forward then. And yes, okay.
Yes.
What you see as you get closer and closer to the cliff face is there's a cave entrance. It's a rather large cave entrance. It's definitely not the one you came out of. It is, and the posts lead right up to the entrance.
Well, there's something at least.
I hope there's no
Well,
lizards there.
Hopefully the lizard is at the other entrance.
Remember, the lizard wouldn't come out into the desert. It stopped and would not come out.
But if we go in here, we're back into its hunting grounds.
Well, could be a different lizard,
Yes.
different cave.
We've established that there's more than one.
And we followed the cliff face, right? Or we followed the posts.
The posts, and they ran mostly parallel to the cliff face, but they did go in and out. You're not sure why, but then it took a turn and went straight towards the cliff face again.
Okay.
And leads right to this cave.
My guess is whoever planted these saw the cliff face, because saw the opening, and then went straight at it.
Seems to follow reason.
Okay.
So they were looking for a way out as well. Maybe they were
cliff-
trapped here.
The cave is over 20 feet tall. The entrance is over 20 feet high. So
Well,
it's
that's a big
quite
lizard.
large.
I pop open one of my water globules that I found. I had some in my pocket still. Drink it, shoulder the rifle, and head over.
Oh, we should take some of those back for the home office.
Oh, absolutely. I've got a pouch full of them right now.
Excellent.
And he's also got some of the grass. Maybe it's got seeds in it.
And
You're not sure?
You see one hanging out of like my teeth, like just like Old Western. Thanks for the cheer, Tiny Turtle.
Thank you, Tiny Turtle. Yes. So when you go inside the cave, you could see that this cave is different. It's not like the other one. This is a bone dry cave as far as you can see into it with your flashlights. And you do notice that there are these rods still with the red cloth tied to the top, but they're laying on the ground wherever the caves bisect. And you can see that right from the entrance.
Someone was trying to figure all this shit out.
So there's only one stake where the at the junction.
Yeah.
Does it
It's
seem
only
to be,
one stake.
Does it seem to be pointing one particular path?
Yes.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
it the
because the
pointy end or
red
the flagged
is
end?
the red cloth is wherever it seems to be pointing.
Ah.
And you can see all kinds of stalactites and stalagmites, but they're dry, so they must have formed long ago. They're no longer wet. There is some pools on the ground, but they look very stagnant.
Do
Are
they
they
smell?
water or lizard drool?
No, they look like water, mostly, maybe.
Is it giving off a smell?
No, but it's not, there's no movement in it. There doesn't seem to be anything living in it like cave fish or insects.
Did any of you happen to bring flashlights?
Yes.
We do have them.
Good, because my battery died a long time ago.
We kind of picked up all your mining equipment.
I knew you guys were smart and the right people to call for this job.
And they have the mining helmets with lamps on them.
Mm-hmm.
I will. Yeah, I will hold out my hand. Hey, can I get one of those, please?
Well,
They
the
only
only
have
one
the
that was
3.
used by Moose, but you can have Moose's hat.
Well,
Cool.
Moose's hat disappeared with him.
No.
I'll give him my hat
Sad
because my
days.
mouth is a flashlight.
That's true.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh,
You do
what happened to
realize that
you?
when he says that, his mouth is glowing blue
Still.
and shining light out.
Where did that come from?
The heavens.
Wait a
Jake,
minute.
Just kidding. You came from Barry.
Do I recognize it as like the light that was coming off of those fronds?
It could be. He did say berry, so it could have.
It
done
came
that.
from some ceiling cave berries.
So I knew I liked you.
Dingleberries.
You're just like me. Like you do what you gotta do. I found my water and you found some nourishment too. Good on you.
High five.
High five.
Before
To be clear.
I went into the cave,
Yes.
I want to just fill one of my pockets with sand from outside.
Okay.
I'll also grab one of those sponge roots.
Yeah, it takes about an hour to dig them out of the hard ground.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's hard. It's like concrete.
Richard, how did you have a pouch full of these?
He's been
I-
here for 20 days.
And I used my gun. Like you see, the stock is really beaten up. Just
And you
digging.
notice that he
Yes.
has no knife anymore.
That's nuts to this. They can stay in the ground.
Yeah, he has a knife sheath, but there's no knife in it.
It broke.
Okay, guys, I have a theory. This is exactly like the movie Holes.
But there's no onions.
He's got the onions.
Are those onions or just bulbs?
Bulbs are onions. Onion bulbs.
So we gotta find like some mountain. Right?
We're
That's
inside of the mountain.
I don't remember the plot.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that we should probably investigate the rest of the cave. Like the spikes led here.
I do actually have a question. Rosie, would you have ever seen the movie Holes?
I feel like my grandchildren probably watched.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know I've never seen it.
Did I
It's a masterpiece.
participate in holes as a
Was he
child
in the movie?
stuntman?
It's possible.
Possibly, yeah.
Yes, you could have.
Okay, what do I roll to see if I actually did it?
Oh, you just tell me you did it.
No, it's not fun.
Roll whatever you want. Roll
Roll my
dice
dice.
then. I don't know why you want to roll
You
dice.
high low.
22.
Yes, you were in Holes.
All
You're
right.
the kid that was set on fire. They
Perfect.
cut that from the movie. It never actually made it to the screen.
Oh, that's why that's
Yeah.
why I'm not listed.
Yeah, that's why you're unlisted.
Well, that was one of my specialties, by the way, is being set on fire.
You still got paid.
That's important. The
Yeah.
union comes through.
All right. So,
Union fan.
what are you going to do? Are you going to follow this trail? Do you trust this trail?
I'm
We have
gonna
so
trusted
far.
it this far.
Yeah.
It takes you deeper and deeper into this cave set. And it does change from like a brownish to darker, gray and then back. It does appear to have actually, sedimentary layers and, igneous layers, igneous rocks. So it's like this area has aged, unlike the other cave. So it's definitely not the same system.
I'm
And
gonna walk at the ready.
the cave markers, they eventually lead you into a large cavern, and you can see over on the left side there's a red bit of rock. It's like a big long stripe of rock, and you've seen these red pieces of rock in random places. You figured it was just some kind of strange subset of rock that grows here or is here. But in the middle of the room, you find that there are two skeletons laying side by side on the floor. And next to them is a pile of golden artifacts. Jack, if you would, the first...
First roll for Richard?
Yep.
Oh, the first slide.
Yep. First chat.
Oh, the first chat. My bad.
Chat
Sorry.
vote. But on this pile, what you see from a distance, you
Cup.
can see rings and... What was it?
Cup made from a human skull.
Oh, so there's a cup with a human skull as the holder, but the metal that becomes the stand is this beautiful golden stand that is wrapped around this human skull that's also been sealed, so the entire inside of the cup is gold as well. And you can see also in this pile are many other things. There's all kinds of strange artifacts from all different, you would guess, eras. Does anybody have archaeology or...
I do. I'm an antiquarian.
Well, there
Kind of
you
my
go.
specialty. Do you want an appraisal or do you want archaeology?
Art. Will you tell me
that
which one you
is-
want to use?
It's an 8. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. You can tell that a lot of these things are probably priceless. There are doubloons. There are what appear to be, you would guess they appear to be Mayan golden idols or faces of gods. There's golden goblet sets, all kinds of things like that. Was it Singlagus? Thank you
Signal.
for your subscription.
Yeah, thank you for the sub.
But also on the pile of golden items is a box, and on the box is carved "Open Me."
What's in the box?
Well, but also, if you want to look at the skeletons closer,
Are they human skeletons? I was about to ask.
they are human skeletons. They do appear to be holding hands.
Aw.
So they don't look like the other skeleton that we saw.
No, they look like they're skeletons that have been here for quite a while. Their clothes have basically frayed away to almost nothing. They're just skeletons. There's no muscle or skin or anything like that left. But what you do notice is that the left arm of the one skeleton has been completely broken off, obviously, at some point in the past, and is now laying next to. So either it was broken, and when they were put next to each other, it was there, or perhaps it was broken before. You don't know.
Do either of the skeletons have antlers?
I'm sorry?
Do either of the skeletons have antlers?
No, they do not have antlers.
Okay, so it's probably not moose we're looking at.
No, it's probably not Moose.
There.
Unless Moose found someone. They
Um,
almost look like they're in a position that you would put lovers when
I'm
they
gonna-
pass.
I'm gonna look for any like jewelry or maybe personal items that might be on the skeletons to try and help me figure out like what era these are from or anything.
Sure. It appears to be maybe the 1700s, late 1700s.
These are some old skeletons, you guys.
I mean, compared to some of the jewelry, not that old.
So what, like the 1950s?
Like 1700s.
Yeah, and the only piece of jewelry you can find or thing like that is a snuff box.
Box where they keep all the snuff films.
Yeah, and it's got a WM on the top, and it's made of silver.
WM.
Do
That's
I know
cool.
anything?
No. This, you have no idea what's going on here. The only thing that's in here that doesn't, well, none of this fits here, but the only thing you haven't looked at is the wooden box that says "Open Me," and the pile of golden items is about 2 feet high. It's quite a pile.
Does anyone want to open that box?
That's what we're here for, is to figure out what's going on. So
All right, who's gonna open the box?
I'll go for it. I've been here long enough. I want to get this done with.
Okay. When you open the box, it only has 2 things in it. One looks like a small leather-bound journal, and then the other is a clay tablet, a fired clay tablet that was actually underneath the journal. So what do you want to do?
Suspicious.
I'm going to give the tablet to the archaeologist, the antiquarian. See if he can figure anything out about its origin or anything.
It's definitely Latin. You want to make your Latin roll?
That's actually the one language that I have.
Yeah.
Proficiency in.
Nice.
That is a 74.
Okay.
So not great.
You know that the it says at the top of it is mastery of flesh, but you're not sure what the rest of it says. You think you could sound it out, but you don't understand what it means.
Maybe don't sound it out loud.
Yeah, there's something about flesh which makes me think of like the Necronomicon type of stuff. I don't think we should just be reading Latin phrases out loud.
Yeah, I think that's just a general
never
good
ends
rule
well.
to follow in life.
You don't have to read it out loud. You could just try and read it and see if it makes any sense.
Before you know it, there's a camera going through the woods, all kinds of angles, and
That would be
Bruce
truly
Campbell's there.
impressive if there were woods around here for that to happen.
We could summon them.
Anything is possible.
Oh, you can
I'm gonna
summon
take a
them and
picture
have them
of it.
carry all this gold back for us.
actually,
We're not here to get rich, guys.
I was assuming you would want to study it.
Can I use the Google Translate app?
No, you don't have a connection to the internet.
It is interesting though that so many different eras are represented here, like doubloons. It's going all the way back up into the. Then you said that the skeletons were here from like the 1700s,
Yeah.
and
Which is about, at least close in proximity. The Aztec one, though, that could be quite old.
And all of it is gold.
No, there's gold, but there's also, other pieces worked in, like some things have ivory in them or silver inlays. So there's other precious gems and stones. I mean, there's a beautiful gold ring with a big diamond on it. Various things like that.
But is there anything that has no gold in it at all?
No, everything has some gold in it.
Oh, good thinking.
Whoever this
Indiana
is.
Jones.
Whoever this is obsessed with gold.
Well, you do have that journal still.
Journal.
Yeah, what's in the journal?
Well, with the journal, we're going to cut. The camera cuts and fades away to a darkened, candlelit room behind a man in 17th century clothing. Coming up over his shoulder, you can see him writing with a quill and ink.
I'm sorry. You have entered what I can only describe as a mouth to hell. I beg of you that no matter what you do, leave this treasure behind. I found this cave originally outside of London, England in 1766, and took as much of the gold and silver as I could carry. To my eternal sorrow, this only led to disaster and the destruction of everything that I love. I returned to the cavern to retrieve more gold, but as I started to climb down, the ground began to shake, so I quickly climbed out just in time as the fissure slammed shut. Returning home, I sought the skills of the local goldsmith, and he created wonderful items to my request for display at the manor. The most important of these objects was an engagement ring for my dear Jessica. Little did I know that my choices would cause her death. When I returned to his shop for the final items, I found that he had been murdered and robbed. If only I had paid attention. That same night, I proposed to Jessica and was the happiest man in the world when she agreed to the union. While returning Jessica home later that evening, we were beset upon by a horrible beast. The blue beast fell upon the horses, killing them almost instantly, and then turned to tear the carriage apart. I tried to drive off the beast, but was struck unconscious. When I awakened, Jessica was gone. In my mourning, I was unable to understand what was happening. I thought the beast attacked and harassed me just to torture my fractured soul. It was not until later that I fully realized that I was to blame for Jessica's death. The beast would assault my manor and leave only if it took a piece of the gold taken from the cavern, or if it was killed. My family was considered cursed. I was left to my own defenses as the staff left me to deal with the creature alone. After the final piece of gold was taken, the attacks stopped, but I was determined to destroy these creatures. An excavation of the ground where the cavern had been proved futile, as the cavern was not there. After much research, I found stories about similar events. From the stories, it was apparent that the fissure would reappear sometime in the future. I built a stone castle around the area and set up a 24-hour watch to be prepared. I was considered mad for watching and waiting for the ground to open. I had almost given up hope when, after 9 years of waiting, the ground suddenly opened. The fissure was the same as I had remembered. I entered the fissure alone, looking for the beasts. They appeared to be dormant. I found Jessica's broken body lying on the cavern floor. It appeared she had been dragged lifelessly by her left arm until it tore off at the elbow. I found the remains of her arm on a rough pile of items, some that I had created, others I had not. To my horror, it was as I had theorized. Jessica's death was my fault. The beast came for the ring I had forged from the found gold. I tried to find ways to destroy the beast, but to no avail. For each one I destroyed, I found 10 more. I decided to entomb myself with Jessica and leave a warning to any that would follow. Do not, under any circumstance, remove any treasure from this cavern. It will only lead to death and despair. May God have mercy on your soul. Sir William Monson, July 12th, 1776.
And that's what you see as we fade back to the group.
All right, I gotta find a script writer. We gotta put this down. This is amazing.
Yeah, we can't focus on that right now. What we need to do is figure out how we're getting home. If the fissure only opens up so many times and disappears, we don't want to get left here.
Well, maybe it's still open if we make a run for it.
Can I have that journal real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, thank you. Tucks
Just
it away.
make sure that the home office gets it before you abscond with it for screenwriter, okay?
Oh, that's what Kinko's is for.
I'm gonna keep trying to translate the tablet.
So you have this pile of gold, and as you look at it, I'm not saying you're taking it. Are you touching anything? Are you
Not
digging
after
through it?
We
No, I've seen a
touched the
lot.
snuff box.
I know what happens.
Well, snuff box was actually on the skeleton,
Oh, okay.
and that was silver.
Ah,
There is silver also in the pile, but it looks to be worked in the items that also have gold worked in. But what you do notice is that there is a vein of pure gold under the sneaking out from under the pile on two sides.
like it's growing out from the pile.
No, like it's a beautiful vein of gold, but instead of it being gold in rock, it's pure solid gold, 24 karat gold in the ground. Like maybe somebody poured it there
That seems unlikely.
to fill a hole.
Ooh.
So I can only think of 3 things that are obsessed with gold: dragons, leprechauns, and pirates.
Well, we have the leprechaun. And the boy that lands.
Hey, I'm right here.
I mean, makes sense.
Considering the lack of water,
We've
I'm
seen
gonna
the
roll out
dragon.
Pirates.
I mean, what are lizards, but also dragons?
Exactly. All I know is that the home office needs as much information as possible, and if what this person says is true, then if we take this gold or a piece of the gold, one of those lizards will follow. Maybe we can get it to get a team together to capture the lizard so that we can study it.
I think this is the problem with humans, is that we think we're always better than monsters. But yeah, I won't be taking any of this gold.
I can respect that.
So Rosie's on team Leave It Be.
Yes,
Well,
I
it
am.
doesn't necessarily have to be a team endeavor. All it takes is one
it's always
person
a
to
team
slip it in their
endeavor.
pocket.
I know exactly how much everything in here is worth, and I'm not touching it.
It's a fortune. You could live like a king on this pile of artifacts. The artifacts are worth 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times the value of the gold they're made from, if they're authentic. And to your eye, without having to extensively examine them, they are authentic.
Yeah, I don't think we should touch it. It's a honeypot. We don't want to get stuck.
I personally want to get out of the fissure.
I'm gonna make a quick roll to see how sane
Fair.
I am about this whole scenario.
Probably pretty insane.
Well, let me ask you this, DM. How
Yes.
much sanity do you think I've lost over the last 20 days?
Oh, over the last 20 days, being alone, not knowing if you'd ever find your way out, I would say you probably lost a good 20.
That's
Okay.
significant.
That means that I rolled a 45 out of 45. So I will not take the gold.
Okay. All right. So, are you going to do anything with these bodies?
No.
Do I make any more progress on the tablet?
Oh, well, you know, it's not that that you don't understand the Latin, but it's not words that you know. It is Latin, and those are words that you just don't know what they are. Perhaps it's an ancient form of Latin you haven't studied, but you
Would
could
they
read the
be-
title on it, but just not the words in it.
Would there be any similarities to any of the occult books that I've read? Any of the verbiage in there that I might piece it together?
Maybe if you were able to sit down with them. But I mean, without reading it, you're not going to be able, without reading the whole thing, you're not going to be able to figure out how much you actually know.
Is the tablet's not gold, right? It's just clay.
It's clay. It's
Yeah.
fired clay.
We can take that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to read the whole thing, I mean, you told me you were resisting reading the whole thing. But if you want to
Out
read
loud.
the whole
I'll
thing,
I'll read the whole thing.
okay, you're going to read the whole thing?
It's not
Yeah.
out loud.
All right.
Just
So,
not out
roll me a D6, please.
Got one of those.
Bum,
3.
bum, bum.
A 3. All right. This is what happens. You start to feel something's wrong. You read it, you finish reading all the way to the end, and the tablet just collapses to dust in your hands. And you look at your hands, and your hands start, this can't be right. They're getting narrower. They're thinning up. And then you realize that, wait, you're getting a little bit taller. What's going on? Now, for everybody else, you see that his skin and his body have started morphing. His hair is turning black. He's starting to get a different complexion. And so I need everyone to roll me sanity, please.
Lovely.
He turning into a lizard man? A guanoid?
Fail.
39.
46.
All right. So, you made you think you made it, but I trust that you made it close enough to what your starting was. So, Rosie and Lance, it's terrifying. I mean, it is beyond anything you can comprehend. It's horrible. But Richard, he looks just like you. He looks just like you. He's even got your glasses and the same clothes.
What did you do?
So, Booker.
It was a trap. It was set up by Big Tablet.
Hold on a second, Booker. You
Big
took
Tablet.
a massive sanity hit.
That's fine. I'll do it again.
And you're gonna lose 6 points of power. Not power, but magic points. You used 6. You got to cast your spell. You always ask to cast a spell. You got one.
I lose 6, you said?
You lose 6 magic points. That's temporary. It will come back eventually. You hope. But they're all looking at you aghast. But
What?
so go ahead. And you think it's a great idea with your temporary insanity
Oh no.
that it would be a great idea to take some of these artifacts back to see if they actually are artifacts of reality from real life times. I mean, these are priceless. These are artifacts that could never be replaced. They should be in a museum somewhere.
Why are you guys looking at me so judging?
What does he look like to us?
He looks just like Richard.
Oh.
What?
What did you do? What did you do?
What did
You look
you
like-
do?
You look
And
like
you're now
Booker.
wearing glasses. You never wore glasses before.
Richard,
You
he
can't
was wearing
take
a
them
Booker
off.
suit.
Wait, you cannot take the glasses off. They're
That's
stuck.
fine. I need him to see.
Yeah, you need them to see, but they're now stuck to your head.
First Moose, now Booker.
Why do we have 2 Sullivans?
There can only be one.
Please
gonna
don't
pick
kill
up-
him.
I'm gonna pick up a couple of the doubloons and the Mayan
No,
artifact.
no,
Hey,
And I'm,
no,
I'm gonna
no,
examine it a lot
No,
closer.
I
I'll be
smack
like,
him
no,
with the
no.
butt of my rifle.
no,
The,
no,
the
no,
tablet says that the key to all of
What
this
tablet? There is no more
The
tablet. You broke the
doesn't
tablet.
Say that. The tablet doesn't say that, but you know.
We don't know that.
that.
No, they don't know
that-
that.
No, but you know that the will of the world is to know historical facts, and these items could tell you so much about the time periods they're from.
Right, I'm lying.
It's caught your itch.
Yeah, but we got a problem with the monsters hunting people. It seems to be very, very real. So
Look,
maybe we
this
should take a
is-
lot of pictures instead.
This is important, all right? It's my entire life's work. I think that the key to everything
Whose
is
life?
inside of these, and I would like to make a sleight of hand check.
Whose life? Richard's life or your life?
Yeah. What do you think your name is?
Our life.
What's your
So
name?
What's your name now?
Richard.
You're still you.
What's your
You're still
name?
Booker. Yeah.
No, Booker.
Only
Oh,
your
no.
physicals have changed.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Um,
Nope. Nope.
Do any of you guys have a reflective surface? A knife, a compact.
I think I have a knife, at least.
Probably a knife.
Give me your knife.
I rolled
and-
a 17 for my sleight of hand, and I want to use 2 points of luck to make that into a great success.
An extreme success?
Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I don't think
And-
anybody's gonna see you, but y'all can.
and I'm gonna stash a couple of the doubloons in
Roll a spot
one
hit.
of my pockets.
Yeah, I would also like to use my, I guess my brawl to like just block him and keep him away from the treasure pile.
Well, I mean, you know, you're like, okay, we need something shiny, and in that moment, he has swiped something, but you didn't see it because actually your spot hiddens aren't high enough.
Yeah, I
for
got a
that
half
kinda roll.
success.
All right, okay. If you don't want me to take anything, I'll put it back, and I put the
And-
Mayan artifact back.
And you, as you pull those couple of pieces out, you see something that has the symbol of Atlantis on it.
No.
So I'm like taking him by the shoulder and like putting the knife in front of his face so that he could see into the reflection. Like, look at me. Is you. Is me.
we. It's we.
No, you still you don't understand because you don't look like that. That mirror, there's obviously something wrong with that reflection. That's not what you look like.
Oh, so when I look in the mirror, I don't see Richard?
No, you do see it, but you don't realize that. You didn't realize until that moment that you looked like him. You just felt taller and thinner and
wearing glasses.
had glasses suddenly.
Yeah.
Like,
You're taking that well?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
From the outside, yes. The inside, no.
Why?
I'm finding it hard to believe that you're so cool with this.
Why did
You never go back.
Listen,
Why would reading the tablet do this to you?
because the tablet told me that the secrets are in the gold.
okay, yeah, no. I'm gonna try
Alright.
to knock him out with the butt of my rifle.
I die for the Atlantis symbol.
He dives for the pile. Go ahead and make me a fighting roll. And make me a dodge, Booker.
I'm gonna have to pull my gun out too.
I got a half success.
Okay.
I got a 71, which is a failure.
Okay. You do hit him, but you don't hit him on the head where you were planning on hitting him.
Okay.
But you do
Ow.
hit him,
Stop
and it is
hitting
going to
yourself.
hurt him. But you realize that didn't you want to take some of this back before as well?
Yeah, I did until he said that the tablet told him to. Then my whole outlook changed.
Fair enough. All right, so go ahead and roll me that D4, and then if you have a damage bonus.
I do, in fact, have a damage bonus.
Well, we just got a thunderstorm, so hopefully it passes by without causing me issues.
So you said to roll a d4 for damage?
Yes.
Not the d3?
No, roll D4
Okay.
because it is
It is an actual
pretty
weapon.
heavy club.
Got it. So then that is going to be 3 plus 4, 7.
All right. So Booker, you take a heck of a smack on the back of your neck. It doesn't
He
it does
cheered
not
his own demise.
knock you out, but you are definitely stunned, and you did not make the pot.
Can I grab
I'm
him
going
and haul him
to-
away from him
And-
now?
Oh, hold on a second. And perhaps it has knocked some sense into you, but you probably will want to come back here and
I'm
get
gonna
this
try to
stuff if they
restrain
won't let you take it now. Okay,
All
that's
right,
easily
all right,
done
all right.
because he's stunned on the ground. Lance, what did you say you were gonna do?
I want to haul him away from the pot,
Okay,
from the pile, because he seems to cannot be trusted about it.
okay.
So
You
between
start
pulling him
Lance
away.
and me, we kind of restrain him and drag him away.
Yes.
Not a problem. He actually looks like he's come to his senses in a way. He doesn't have that far off greedy look in his eye.
He could be lying.
Could be. He is
He could
lying
be
on the
lying.
ground.
Can I use psychology to kind of get that sense that he might be
Sure,
coming around?
sure.
I'll keep him in the full Nelson.
Like as you guys,
You've tied him. You don't have to worry about holding him. You,
Oh,
you can
thank
tie
God.
him up.
that's a success.
Okay. You think that he does not want anything in that pile now,
Okay, but he still looks like me.
and I do say now. No, he's not looking at the pile anymore.
No, but he still looks like me.
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
It was like hitting yourself.
I feel a phantom pain in my neck from where I hit him.
So Booker, what do you wanna say?
You guys are probably right. I think I'm coming around.
You're not gonna steal the gold?
No, I promise. Pinky swear. But you have to untie me so I can pinky swear.
No.
No. The pinky will come to you.
All right, I won't take any gold. I promise. But you need to untie me. There's a lizard in here somewhere,
Maybe.
presumably.
So, what do you want to do?
Well, first I thought that whole story was a bunch of hooey. Then this happened. Now I'm wondering if there's something to it after all.
Yeah, it wasn't just a made-up script.
I just
By the way, you can have your script back. I don't think I want this.
I don't
I'll
mess
take
with
it back.
curses or ancient gold. or occult symbols. You know, just a personal motto.
Let's take lots of pictures of it though.
Oh yeah, that's easily done.
That's a good
Pictures
idea.
are easily done.
My phone died a
Not
long time
touching
ago.
it.
Yeah. Richard's phone is dead. Do you ask them specifically to get pictures of the one that has the Atlantean symbol on
Oh,
it?
absolutely.
Oh, he tells you that's from Atlantis.
I
Which
knew
one?
it. I said Atlantis yesterday.
I know.
So and
This
and
is what we've been looking for.
it
But I won't take
is-
it.
It looks like some kind of mechanical device once you kind of move the pile away from it. But it's made of gold and some other metal that doesn't quite look right. Like a bluish.
When moving the pile, I'll be using my baton.
Fair enough.
Poke it. All he did was read some words. What would happen if I picked up one of these things? It'll be totally like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Right there on the spot.
Tiny Turtle, thank you for the bits.
And Jack
Hope you're
too.
enjoying the show.
Well, look, Booker already touched this stuff. Why don't you just kick it over to him?
Yeah,
I-
we could probably do that.
But I don't want it anymore.
You should touch it. See what happens.
You guys
don't
used to
want
be
it.
so nice to me.
Yeah, he doesn't really want it right now. But that makes you think that maybe he would try and come back here sometime in the future, Richard, with the role you had.
This is a tough one. I don't know what to do here. Like we should. Part of me says that we need to bring some gold back to test it and test my theory about the lizard, right? The other part of me sees what's going on here with Booker and how he looks like me now, and that's not cool. There can be only one. I don't know how. I'm at a loss. My training has abandoned me here. I don't know what to do here.
I
How
would
can you be
say-
mad that there's 2 GQ daddies?
It is pretty badass.
I
Just
am
It is.
still
Just to remind
alive.
everybody what Richard looks like normally.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be hot.
Oh yeah, he's a good-looking gentleman, to
Oh,
say the least.
my.
That's my character.
Yes, that's what you look like now, Booker. A little
Do I have the
scraggly, but
turtleneck?
that's what you look like.
Oh yes, and my turtleneck. I am wearing the turtleneck, but it is a little bit ripped up, and I've been wearing it for 20 days, so I don't exactly smell.
Well,
Does
all
the
those
state
things.
of my
Yes.
clothes look like the state of his clothes?
Yes. But your backpack didn't change, and neither did your gun. Just what was touching you directly.
When I look down at myself,
Yeah.
am I still all long or do I look like Richard?
No, you look just like Richard.
Okay.
I mean, you have the same shaped hands. If you could pull the glasses off your face, they'd probably match. So you look like a duplicate of Richard.
I still think we should not take any of this gold, but if we did take any, just hypothetically, it should probably be the Atlantis thing.
And
I
just in
agree with
fairness,
that.
should be Booker.
And also,
I
we're only
agree.
one person away from a hype train. Someone donates a sub, gifts some bits. We'll hit that hype
Someone-
train and get promoted on the Twitch front page.
Um,
All
I
right.
agree with that plan. I also think that the plan should include untying me.
Well, that's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
no,
It's
I think we
scary
can do
to
that.
think.
Yeah, I'm not carrying you the whole way back.
Nah, all right, I'll untie him,
But before
and I'll
you do
give
that,
him the Atlantis piece.
Are there any other pieces?
You are going to
sitting
take
around?
the Atlantis piece.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Are there
Good to
any other
know.
Atlantis pieces in there?
Are there any what?
Any other Atlantis pieces, or is that the only one? I poke
None that have
around.
the symbol on it. There are a couple pieces with that bluish metal with gold inlaid on it, but that's about it.
Does the Atlantis piece have that same blue metal?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't need more.
I think we're good.
Up to
with
you.
the one.
And
I mean,
I'll,
it's a lot of treasure, but you guys have a lot of backpack space.
I do think the fewer of us physically bringing items out of the fissure, the better.
And we are.
What
in
about
hype
the
train.
goblet, human goblet, human skull goblet? Excuse me.
could be the Holy Grail.
Oh, we got a hype train.
Skull Goblet. Skull Goblet.
Thank you, Signal or Todd. He's as a good friend of mine from my home game, and he apparently liked my Highlander reference.
Aww.
Yeah, we've had a lot of movie references in this one.
Well, you brought me in.
That's true.
Exactly.
You brought Hollywood
There's got to be
stuntman
some movies in here.
We brought in a movie guy. Yes, for those of you that weren't here last week, Lance is a minuscule stuntman that does stunts for children in movies.
Yep.
So if you have a kid that's going to be in a movie and do something dangerous, he's the man to hire.
Were you the stuntman for
midget
Macaulay
top-
Culkin in Home Alone?
No,
Well,
he
that's
was
before
too
my
young
time.
for that.
Okay.
But I would have done it. But to give you an idea, Lance's size is a 30.
He is tiny.
He's so little.
That's why you said leprechaun. It fits.
I look up to Martin Short.
Yeah. Aren't you glad you didn't change into him, Booker?
Can I Antiques Roadshow this Atlantean device?
It is beyond your understanding at this point. It would take a lot of work. But you do recognize that there's the symbol that people believe stands for Atlantis on it.
Okay, who wants Creepy Skull?
The skull goblet?
Yay, nay, leave it.
I'm old. I don't really need material possessions at this stage of my life. So if any of you want the human goblet, take it.
I'll take it if we're giving it away.
All right, in for a penny.
I mean,
in
the
for a pound.
doubloons are probably more valuable than the goblet. But I mean, you can
Okay.
take both.
I don't care about value. I'm looking for significance.
Then the Aztec idols would probably be of more value, significantly. They'd be more historically beneficial.
I point those out. Anybody want to take those?
In for a
Don't mind
penny,
being
in for a
hunted.
pound, as they say. Let's.
Are we? Can we use them to distract the creatures? Maybe like throw a doubloon this way and that way, so they go hunt those instead of eating us.
It's not a bad idea. Maybe.
What about the
We
ring?
tried it with
Is-
the Sharpies, and I think the point of failure was the
You
Sharpie.
did what now with Sharpies?
Oh, we found they were attracted to the scent of Sharpies.
Can I
Interesting.
check out the ring that's on the skeleton?
The ring's not on the skeleton, it's on the pile, but it matches the ring, the wedding band or the
Mhm.
engagement ring.
Mm-hmm.
It matches what he said in the journal.
Is there anything special about it?
No, it just has a gold band with a big diamond in it.
Are there any secret letters if I hold it up to firelight?
You don't have a fire.
Oh, shucks.
I have a
All right.
lighter.
Wouldn't you have to throw it in the fire for a while for it to heat up? Another movie reference. Oh boy, here we go. We're in a movie reference train.
I feel the strength.
The benefit
growing.
of playing in modern Cthulhu instead of 1920s.
So if we grab all this, we have to keep it secret.
Well, we're gonna give it to the home office to test.
Yes,
That
they will have to keep it safe. Do you want to do that, Richard?
yeah,
I mean,
Yes.
I'm not going to keep it, so it's not going to hunt me down.
yeah, that's what we should do. I'm not gonna keep it either.
All right, so we're setting the home office up for
Booker's definitely not
home
keeping it.
invasion alien.
Yes.
Okay, got
Well,
it.
they might bring Booker in to do research on the pieces. but-
Mm.
You never know. They might not.
Are we gonna
It's
warn
possible.
them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good.
we'll give them the script. I mean,
Yeah.
journal.
It's not a
Okay.
script yet. It has to be written.
Sorry.
Can I pour some of the water that's in my camelback into the goblet
Wait,
Sure.
you have actual
and then
water,
drink from it?
and I've been drinking from these little pods, and you haven't
And they have
given me any?
camelbacks that
We
still
thought
have
you
water
liked
in
the
them.
pods.
I hate
Does
all of
anything
you.
happen when I
Would you
drink
like
the
some
water out
water,
of the skull
Richard?
goblet?
Please.
All you had to do
Share
was
some
ask.
water with Richard.
Well, he didn't notice because he was leading the group that you guys are all back there sucking on your camelbacks.
I mean, we thought maybe he just really liked those roots. I don't know.
Oh no, they taste terrible.
Oh, that part was not conveyed to us. He was hogging them all, keeping them in his pouch.
Do you have any rations, any food with you?
Yeah, here you go.
Oh my god, I hate all of you, but thank
Do you
you.
like jerky?
Yes, please. Oh my god.
I got the
I like all
teriyaki
of you.
kind.
Like,
So does
and I
anything
just sit
happen?
down on the pile of gold and just start eating
Wait,
so does
loudly and like orgasmically.
Well, because you're now eating something solid for the first time in 20 plus days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep it down over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't eat it all at once.
Oh, Singlingus, thank you again for the 100 bits. Yeah, you just missed the hype train.
start a new one. Tell Bill to donate some bits.
The bits.
So now that Richard's eating, he'd like some bits with that fresh water.
I'm just saying, if somebody donates, well, I'm already getting the gold, so I can't even tempt him with that anymore.
So
All right,
did anything
so-
happen when I drank from the goblet?
No, it's just water.
Stupid not magic goblet.
All right, let's start loading some stuff up.
Yeah,
Alright.
Done.
Easily done. You can just take stuff. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I assume you're not gonna weigh yourselves down to where it's hard to move.
No.
But there's plenty. Are you gonna take any of that pure gold that's in the ground? I mean, you could even just like scrape it out with a knife. It's
I no longer have a knife apparently. So, oh wait, I've got hers. Yeah, let's get a sample.
okay, and it peels right out, and it is the softest, prettiest gold you've ever seen.
That's like fake gold.
No, it is the purest gold you've ever seen.
Okay. Do we have anybody have any vials or sample collection things? I don't know. Would I
No.
still have them, or would I have used them for other things?
You
while I've been
probably
down here?
used them when you first started getting water.
Yeah,
I have an empty jerky bag.
that'll work.
There we go.
How much of that gold do you want to scrape up? It comes up pretty easy.
At this point, enough to make some samples with. So maybe a pound.
Okay, not a problem. You can easily get it takes you almost no time to get a pound out.
Okay.
And you see that it just keeps going. And you've carved out some,
Maybe.
and there's more. It's not like just like right on the surface. There's some depth to it. At least an inch. I mean, it's at the point you could probably pry up a chunk out of the rock.
Nah, we're taking so much gold as it is. We're already way down. I don't want to get insane.
Is there any snuff in the snuff box?
It's old and nasty. You don't want to.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you think that if you snuffed that, yeah, that would not be pleasant.
I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna take it.
Okay. That's fine.
500 bits to make them do it, guys.
500 bits for him to snuff the snuff. I think it should be
Fair,
500 bits. You carve out more gold.
I'm
but-
okay with that too. I don't know what that'll do, but
Much
let
more
chat
interested-
decide. Chat
more
wants
interested in
us
artifacts.
to screw up our characters, then so be it.
So, but yeah, is there anything else you want to do in this? The cave continues to branch out. You can go further if you wish, but the markers stop here.
I'm interested to see what else is here, or do we
Okay.
want to try to make our way back home now? I think
We
we
ran
go,
out of Yellow Brick Road.
yeah, I
Okay.
think we go back home now, and then we can come back maybe in 9 years.
Okay. So, as you're moving back out, you get the guess that it was actually Sir William Monson that probably put the markers down. They certainly look like they're hand forged 1700s. Now that you're looking at them with that knowledge in your head, he must have been the one who put these down
That
to
makes
find
sense.
this cave, be able to find it easily multiple times. So, So as you are moving through the cave out, are you leaving the markers or are you taking them?
I was
I
gonna
think
leave them.
Yeah, leave them.
Yeah, because they're going to be heavy if you
Yeah.
decide to carry them. All right, so you can take the markers. As you get close to the cave entrance, you see in the shadow of the light and the dust a giant humanoid shape that's as tall as the cavern entrance.
The 20-foot cavern entrance.
Yes, there's a
It's
giant
loose.
humanoid shape in the cavern entrance.
We must move faster. Must move faster.
So, and it looks like it's coming in to the cave.
Oh, coming in
yes,
from
from the outside.
Oh shit. Back
Can
to the
we
gold.
hide?
Okay. When you do move and you are looking at it as you move, you realize that it's just a shadow and that it just lined up perfectly to give you that humanoid shape. Perhaps this place is weighing on you much heavier than you thought. You're starting to see things.
Also, are we trying to leave via?
You're trying to get out of the big cave that you went into.
Oh, right, because this one won't have the fissure. That makes
Right.
sense.
You have to go back out into the desert.
Well, at least
So
I finally got some normal water, and I'm hydrated for this trip back. Thanks, guys.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
We're here
So-
for you.
Mega
Eventually.
Control, can you let me know 1, 2, or 3 for the second poll?
I
When you get a
certainly
chance?
can.
And as you look at it more, and if you move back over, you can see the shadow is perfect for what would be a humanoid shape, and then you move back, it's not. So you're able to go back and forth and see that it's just an optical illusion the way the shadow is flying on the dust.
God, I hate when that happens.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Time to get
But
back out.
you
there.
could easily get out, not a problem.
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's head out.
All right.
I'm
Let's
Uh,
be careful. It's gonna start smelling us according to the journal. I mean script.
Well, it'll definitely smell Richard. He's been here long enough.
We should cover ourselves in urine to mask our
the
sins.
fact that you guys have been able to put up with my smell is pretty impressive, to be honest.
Actually, it's amazing how little bit of smell he has.
Or even
It's
that.
it's not as much as you would have expected for him being out here this long. He's a little ripe, but he's not like overly, oh my God, get away from me ripe.
Is that because he
Yeah.
couldn't sweat at all?
Well, no, you've actually been sweating, but you're not producing as much scent as you would normally if you were sweating in the desert.
Weird.
Could go back to that bacteria thing.
Can
We're onto
I
something there.
try to... Actually, Richard, can you take off your glasses?
Yeah, why? Can you not take off your glasses?
No, I can't. Mine are glued to my
Oh, they
face.
come right off.
Mine do?
Yes.
I put mine back on. Try again.
What happens if I don't put them back on?
It's blurry as hell.
Yeah, I put them back on.
Ah,
I
you
still
can
take
see.
them off?
Yeah, they
Are
come
they
off.
still stuck?
No,
Oh.
maybe they were still mutating off your head or forming off your head at that time.
All right, never mind.
It's so weird.
What? Do I want to know, Rosie?
Wait, I have one question that's
Yes.
very important. Is Booker's mouth still glowing blue now that he looks like Sullivan?
No, it's not.
Nice.
Good call.
Yeah.
No, it is not.
That's how I was going to tell them apart.
Lost my flashlight.
Well, he's got a nice shiny gun, and the
Yeah,
real
that
Richard
was
has a
confused.
dirty, nasty gun.
I was hoping to have.
Oh wait, he's got a gun, and
Yeah.
it looks like. Give me your gun.
No, give me your gun.
I will.
Okay.
We swap. Swap. I check it. Make sure it is loaded.
It's in perfect working order, just like you left it back at the hotel.
Now it's important to keep this up the entire way we're walking back, because as soon as you stop this interchange, the monster's going to jump out and eat us. That's the way Hollywood works.
Well, then let's not.
But as
stop.
long as we keep being funny, and entertaining. You will not be eaten.
I don't think that's gonna work, buddy.
You sure? It always works that way in the movies.
I'm no psychic, but just a guess.
Are you sure?
So-
I'm sure we could have covered another several hundred yards while we were having this interesting
And cut
conversation.
to break.
Oh, not yet. We're almost there.
Are we still
So
heading
as you are
towards the other
moving
cave?
across the desert, I'm sorry, what, Booker?
Are we still moving towards the other cave?
Yeah, you're still moving. As you're moving across the desert, you know, the dust cloud ebbs and flows, and sometimes you can see farther, sometimes you don't. You see a shadow coming off from out in the desert, a humanoid shadow, normal size. And what you see as it gets closer and closer, and I assume you're pointing your guns at this shadow now.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. What you see as it gets closer and closer is a elderly black lady wearing what appears to be a comfortable gown and fluffy shoes, and she is shuffling towards you. And Booker, you would swear that that's old lady Helen, that is actually Moose's friend that he's told you about, and he's shown you a picture of her.
How's she here?
And she just shuffles towards you all, goes, "Oh, thank you so much for, I've been looking for people forever. I've been trying to get out of here.
Who are you?
I'm Helen."
That's Moose's grandma.
Wait, the moose that disappeared?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't tell her.
Wait, Moose is gone? Moose
You're
was
gone.
here?
No.
Moose came to save me? I knew he'd come to save
How
me.
did you get here?
I don't know. I just woke up here. It's a terrible place. Ever since those people broke in and did such horrible things to Moose's kidney, the world has not been the same.
Weren't you supposed to be taken someplace safe?
I was in a nursing home, and well, they call it an adult care center, but you know, I was there, and then I woke up here, and I just don't know where I am, and there's dust everywhere, and it's quiet, and I heard noise coming from here, so I came towards the noise, hoping wait, are you Booker?
Yeah, how do
You
know
look
that?
familiar. Are you my Moose's Booker?
Wait, how would you...
No, he's my moose.
He's your oh, and she moves towards you like she
I don't
wants a
trust
hug.
her. I don't trust her.
Doesn't he still
I'm
look like Sullivan?
Hold on.
Oh,
hold
you're
on.
right. I'm sorry. You look like Sullivan. Never mind. You're not Booker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would like to. This sounds weird. I want to
Can
get
you help
close
me get
and
back?
like try to get a smell of her.
Well, you're gonna have to get close for that.
I'll get close
Okay.
to just
Um,
to try to get a whiff.
She smells like chamomile.
Not creepy at all.
Okay.
And with
I was
that,
gonna
we'll
say,
go
if
to
she
break
smells- if
because
she's
who is this mysterious lady that's wandered out of the wilderness?
What?
And we'll be back soon. So let's go ahead and do our announcements for the break. Find them. I gotta find them.
Oh, I thought it was into Helen.
all I'm saying
Okay.
is if she smelled like an old lady, then I
Does
believe
smell
her.
like an old lady.
And if she doesn't smell like anything, like this guy.
So remember,
All right.
we are giving away a mystery dice set from our friends at 1985 Games. Check them out at 1985games.com and use code TGT10 to get 10% off your order. And for 2 weeks only, you can gear up your whole game group or treat yourself to a Dragon's Horde with buy 6, get 2 free on our new and improved mystery dice. Type !epic once you see the notice in chat, which it should be going now. The raffle is live. It'll be going until we are just about through with the stream, and you must be a resident of the U.S. or Canada, excluding Quebec, and you must be a follower to enter. We will continue to take entries all the way, like I said, till the end of the stream, and stick around, as you must be present in chat in order to win, because then I got to get your information, and then if you're not here, I'll pick somebody else. Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And so refill your drinks and get ready for more fun.
Awesome. See you soon, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you had a nice break. I know we did. So let's go ahead and get back into the game. We left our group of investigators when they were meeting up with a lady named Helen, who knows Moose, the person they'd actually had come here with that has now disappeared. And Richard Sullivan had taken his place. So back to Helen. I'm so glad you're here. I've been so scared.
I don't trust her. She's somebody in disguise.
I've been stuck here for like all day, and the sun just is never coming over that ridge. And she points towards the cliff face. Why is it red? I don't understand.
How about this? We'll ask her questions that only Helen would know.
Okay.
How old are you?
I am 79.
Does anybody know how old Helen is?
No.
Not a clue.
Well,
You could ask her something that Moose has told you about Helen, and she answers it the way Moose told it to you. Gives you the exact answer that Moose had told you.
Is that Moose?
What is your bank account number and the last 4 digits of your social security?
Moose said I shouldn't give that away because people will steal my identity.
He
No,
would
that does
too.
sound like Helen.
That's right. Don't you let them scam you. They're always after us in our
Is
money.
he one of those dirty scammers? And she takes a step away from you.
No, not him. He's
Okay.
He's just weird.
Why would you bring a child into this? Never mind. Sorry. Wait
Should we
a
get
minute.
a Wuhan?
Turn around for a second.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I've seen that butt before. I know who that is. You were in Nim's Island, weren't you? You were the little girl swinging through the trees.
You recognize that?
Yes.
From just that?
Yes.
Boy, that is the ass that won't quit.
That's one of my favorite movies in the world.
She's legit. Let's get her back with us.
Can't leave her here.
All right, but you
Don't
gotta
leave me
stand
here.
next to her.
All right.
All right, I need everybody to make me a spot roll, though.
I'm not the only one who sees that this is complete madness, right?
No,
Oh, it
not
absolutely
at all.
is.
I got a 97.
I got a 98.
A nat 1.
A nat 1, okay.
Got a 52.
All right.
Which was
So you made it. Lance, did you make it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, Rosie, her clothes look just a little bit too pristine to be wandering around in this dusty area. But Richard, even her fluffy slippers have no dust on them. So, is she really here?
I'm gonna reach down and pick up a rock and I'm gonna toss it at her.
Okay. Richard throws a small rock at her and she looks at it coming in terrified. And then as it hits her, she fades away to nothingness and you just hear laughter fading off into the distance back towards the town.
That's
See,
not
I
good.
told you. I've been right
Everybody
about
make me
everything.
a sanity roll, please.
This some of that
Should
Satan.
have seen my movies.
And just tell me what you get.
Another 1.
Nice.
I got the 94.
Okay. What did you get, Rosie?
94.
Oh, Booker?
21.
A 21. Okay. All right, Rosie. That freaked you out a little bit.
Yeah.
It gave you shivers up and down your spine. But Lance, that should have truly disturbed you more. She knew your butt
My ego
by
protects
sight.
me. I am an ego shield.
But she's not real, though. So was it really a compliment?
My career's not real. What are you talking about?
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's Hollywood. This is all glitz and glamour.
All righty. And with that, you're going to continue journeying, or what do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get out of here.
Yeah, no, let's get the fuck out of here. This is not normal.
All right. You're able to follow. It takes you a couple of hours to get back to the entrance of the cave that you originally came out of. Would you guys like to make a spot roll again?
Yes.
to
Let's
see
see
if
Absolutely.
you notice if the critter is still there waiting for you.
Ooh, I got an extreme success.
Okay.
I got an 84.
I don't think that makes it for you.
It does not.
83.
Oh, Lance.
I got a whatever the half success is.
A good success? Okay. Lance and Rosie, you're absolutely certain that that lizard is not waiting inside the doorway. If it was, it would be stupid because you've been gone for days.
All right, he's not here anymore. I think we can go in.
First of all, let's check to make sure we have no Sharpies.
No, out of
All right,
Sharpies.
Good. We're good. Now just have to hope it doesn't smell gold. Cursed gold.
I think we start hustling from here.
Okay. You start moving through the caves, and you know it's like it was the last time. It's drippy, wet after 20 feet, and it becomes that smooth, ungrown. You know, there's no rubble, no dirt. There's water dripping from the ceiling, but the walls, they're almost perfect. And they do go up and down. Are you going to follow the path that you were marking previously? You can still see the glowing hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As you move through, you must have missed a turn somewhere back there, because you see in front of you, about halfway across the tunnel, is what looks like a termite mound. But it's kind of odd. This termite mound seems to have scorpions on it instead of termites, and they're scorpions about the size of your hand, you know, counting their legs. Sitting on top of it, sits around the top near the entrances, and you can see smaller scorpions going in and out.
I don't like that.
It's a small one you have to worry about.
So
It's
go
only
back
covering
and try
half of
another way?
the area.
Maybe we should look for a different path.
Yes, I agree with the old lady.
You can't
You
just
guys
do
didn't see this
Chinese?
on your way down? I
Nope.
didn't either.
Do you think it shifts in here?
Well,
Can I throw a
we've been
rock
following your path, right?
You want to throw a rock
Yes.
at the nest of scorpions.
Yeah. What if it's
Did
not
you bring
real?
a rock with you? There are no rocks on the ground.
You do have something in your pocket if you want to out yourself to everyone.
I take out the pack of Listerine strips that I have in my pocket.
Okay.
And I throw that.
All right, are you throwing for the actual mound or just near it?
For the actual mound, like just center mass. I'm just trying to see if it's real or if it's an illusion.
All right, so go ahead and just make me a luck.
Oh, I see what he's up to.
Yes.
26.
Clever.
Okay, at 26, you'll definitely, your luck is
20
definitely good
29.
enough for that. 21?
29.
Oh, 29, you're still good. It wasn't good enough to like drop it in one of the holes, but it lands on top. Did you have it open or closed still?
Closed.
Okay. And
I just chucked it.
you see a couple of the large ones move towards it and bat it around, and eventually a small one comes over and picks it up, takes it inside.
All right, that looks like a real thing. We should probably leave.
But it's only covering, it only sticks out halfway across the cave entrance.
Yeah, but we didn't see it on the way in.
How far back was the last marker that we were following?
You thought you were following the markers.
Right. So, I mean, how long ago was the last time we saw one?
10 minutes?
I said we go back 10 minutes and find the marker and figure out where we're at.
Ooh, wait, I have an idea.
What?
We followed the compass to get through most of the cave. We can shoot a reverse azimuth and do the exact same thing in the opposite direction.
Don't know what you just said, but sure.
As long as you don't understand what you said.
As you are looking at these, you start to realize that there is a light red line, like down the middle of the scorpions, almost bisecting them, and it goes up the tail to the barb.
Is that really abnormal?
Scorpions don't do that. You've never seen a scorpion that has red on it. They know they're ambush hunters. They're not, warning.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got rid of them.
I'm gonna roll a natural world, see what I might know about.
All right,
scorpions.
go for it.
I got a 6 out of a 10.
Okay. For natural world, what you can tell is that they are acting as a hive mind, not a hive mind, but a hive structure, like ants or like termites. Okay. And most termite mounds will not mess with you if you touch them, unless you mess with the termite mound itself. So you could walk right around termite mounds and not have a problem. Same with most ant hills. The exception being the army ants, the bullet ants, things like that.
So I think that we could probably just get around these guys.
Yeah, as long as you don't touch it, you think you'll be okay.
I think that I don't know, we can either go back and lose time and risk getting the lizard's attention, or we can move forward. I don't think that they're gonna bother us.
You really think it's safe?
I do.
My
I
question
remember
is
my
that
8th grade biology class saying that this is not normal.
we didn't pass this on the way in, so it stands to reason it would be the wrong way out.
Yeah, but there was also a lady out there that didn't exist.
Right, but this does exist.
And where did Moose go?
Moose is one of the
Aren't you guys
scorpions.
worried about Moose too? Like, I'd never met him, but
You called him. You had his profile.
yeah, called him, but I never met him.
I mean, I'm worried. What can you really do, though?
We're going to report him to the home office as missing. We've been looking for evidence of him. I have seen no evidence of where he went.
Is this mound human shaped or
No. It's
Okay.
just a round mound. So it almost looks like a big hornet's nest shape, like built onto the floor and the wall, but it's out of mud. Rather than a paper wasp nest.
Have you ever seen a moose? They're huge. They're impossible to kill.
Well,
But he's a person?
chat says we go forward.
I know you don't have to listen to chat.
I'm going to listen to chat.
I think we should listen to chat, because if we head back, we're much more likely to run into the iguanoid thing following us.
That's where my head's at.
I don't want to go back. Let's just go
Alright.
forward.
So you guys are gonna? How are you gonna get by?
I'm gonna
Are you
try
just
to
gonna,
sneak
mooch
by
along
him on the
wall,
side.
or
I'm
what?
gonna sneak as quietly as I can. Can
Okay.
we roll stealth?
You said it takes up half of the tunnel, so
It takes up only half, and the tunnel's about 10 feet wide. So,
yeah.
you
So I'm gonna
really,
hug the wall.
yeah, you can hug the wall.
Like to do that.
All right. So as you get close to it, as the first one of you gets like halfway across it, the larger ones on the front react and start moving in your directions.
I speed the fuck up.
So I need everybody to make me a dodge roll
I
and
haven't
tell
done
me
it.
how good you succeed. Well, they're coming towards you. They're coming towards all four of you. Not
I
just
was
straight
thinking-
across. They're spanning out. Oh, you want to go backwards by yourself?
Well, no, I was just waiting until everybody else went.
Oh, well, they're coming at you, so
So
as well.
that I could say
65 out of 40.
Okay.
51 out of 35.
All right. Lance?
36 out of 40.
Yep. Booker?
93
93. All right, we'll
Real
go ahead
good.
and start with
out of 57.
We'll start with the 93. Booker. Fortunately, the damage you had taken earlier was not permanent damage. It was temporary stunning damage, because you're gonna take.
I would have felt real bad.
Yeah, you would have. You're gonna take 6 points as you get stuck 3 times. And you can make the run across if you want, or you can run away. But you get stung 3 times on your legs.
All right, I guess I'll go across. I already got stung.
Okie dokies.
I blame all of you for this.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
that's fair.
Rosie, you only get stung twice for 4 points of damage. One of them is on your arm, though. like it jumped up and got your right arm, like right on your forearm. And the other one is like on your left knee.
All right, I'm like trying to shuffle out, suck the poison out, like, get out.
Yep. And Richard,
Mm-hmm.
You only get stung twice for 2 points of damage.
Okay.
But one of them is actually on your cheek.
Yeah, no, I will, like, I'll actually smack it
Yeah.
and see if I can, like, hold on, like, grab it by the tail.
Sure.
And I put it in the beef jerky bag.
With the gold shavings.
Yes.
Okay. That's not a problem. Are you gonna run down the hall away from these things?
Oh, absolutely. I'm doing that as running.
Okay, cool.
Your 8th grade history biology class lied to us.
Apparently.
Well, yeah, well, he didn't think about bullet ants and army ants, but and these were scorpions. He just made a bad assumption, I guess.
Are you all right?
Yeah, it's like my cheeks swelling up or anything.
Well, no, but there's a pinhole there, and everywhere you got stuck, there's a hole, and but it's not like it's numb more than red, more than burning. You would have expected it to be a burning sensation.
Like, squeeze it like a pimple.
Yeah, it's just numb. It feels numb. You can't, you squeeze your face, Richard. You can't really feel that you're squeezing your face. But it doesn't seem to be anything other than that.
I'd like to break out the first aid kit again.
Okay, what are you going to do for a venom you know nothing about?
I'll mostly put some Neosporin on it and make sure it doesn't get infected. This is first aid, not...
Fair enough. You're going to put Band-Aids on their boo-boos?
I am going to put Band-Aids on their boo-boos.
Aww. Band-Aids on your boo-boos.
Well, we don't want infection, even though we've established there's no bacteria around.
All right, so go ahead and roll me a first aid check 3 times. Tell me what you get. We're going to start with Booker.
Alrighty.
And we're doing this.
I am going
yeah.
to roll a 78 out of 75. So if I spend 3 luck points, I can make it a success. Is that how this works?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is how that works.
Alrighty. Second one.
So, okay, go ahead. This will be on Rosie.
A 6. That is a
Extreme
super
success.
extreme success.
And then on Richard.
A 47, which is a normal success.
Okay, so I need you to roll a two D3s, so 2 6s and half them. Rosie, you get 3 hit points back.
Woohoo!
2 and a 1.
Okay, so Booker, you get 2 hit points back, and John, you get 1. I mean, Richard, you get 1.
Okay.
So, yes, he is able to patch you up as you move. The only time he has to really slow you all down while he's doing it is if he has to have you bend over or you stop so he can get to your legs.
If I make it out of here, I'm definitely going to write a memoir. That's going to be called I Told You So, A History of Passive Aggression.
Okay. As you continue to move through the cave structure, you don't see your marks. But again, you remember that all of these caves kind of led the same direction and intermingled with each other. And eventually you do find a Sharpie mark on one of the intersections. So you have found your way back to your path. And Richard, are you in the front?
I think I would be
Okay.
as the agent, but
Okay. Well, Richard points at the Sharpie and says, "Hey, is this one of your Sharpies?" And as he turns around, you see that on his cheek, he now has a purple splotch where the wound was.
He's dying.
Oh dear.
But it's no longer numb.
what are you looking at?
It's purple.
Oh, fuck me.
Does Rosie have it too?
Is it on
Well, yeah, if they look at their spot where they got stung, they now have purple splotches on their skin.
this is disgusting.
They're like, it's like as if it's spread out and it went to about 3 inches and then stopped.
Kind of like Lyme disease.
We all have Lyme disease.
I have a purple.
Yeah.
It's a venom that it obviously you've never heard of before.
We gotta get out of here. I gotta go to the doctor.
I think this means we get to name it.
Should we name it
Yes.
in honor of Moose?
Yes.
Mooseitis.
It's Mooseitis.
Mooseitis.
Moose tracks.
Moose tracks.
Moose tracks. That's a good one.
That's a good one. So yes, so you each have a moose track on the places you were stung.
Well, we can only hope that it's not.
Well, it
like,
doesn't
some
seem
sort
to
of
be spreading any
necrosis.
further now that you've noticed it, and the numbness has gone away.
Was it replaced by pain?
No,
Valid.
no pain.
Replaced by eggs. I've seen
Oh,
those movies.
Chat
See
says
these
that we should
movies?
chop off the arm and the head.
yeah, I saw that. I wouldn't suggest following chat.
The
I've
cheek
been
of
telling you
retina.
not to listen to chat, but
I don't know. So
What is this
yeah,
chat?
no, like there's nothing we can do about it here. We need to get back home.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. Get out of the cave. Go to a
Okay.
real doctor.
Yep.
okay. So you're gonna start following the Sharpie trail.
Yes.
All right. You seem to now have found your trail sense. You've come back to the trail, and Rosie, you hear a familiar sound from somewhere behind you. It is the sound of many, many clawed feet scraping on the stones, walls, and floors.
It's the lizard.
Immediately start running.
Okay. You start running. It's from what Rosie is hearing, it's steadily catching up.
No. If they get one item, they disappear according to the script. I mean, journal. So if we just leave one doubloon,
Booker, do you got any?
they'll take it.
Throw a piece of gold.
I don't have any gold.
The fuck?
Actually, they gave you the Atlantean device.
That's
Oh, yeah,
true. I
don't
had
throw
the
that.
Atlantean device.
All right.
I thought
then,
we had taken everything.
we all took some, right?
Yes.
Not me.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Not me.
Well, all except
Okay.
for Rosie.
All right. Lance,
I'll
throw a
flip
piece
the
behind you.
coin.
Okay. You throw a coin back there, and you realize as you're moving that you're starting to smell some pretty rank BO in front of you.
It's
Richard
Richard,
has
isn't it?
started to smell and smell badly. The 20 plus days of sweat accumulation has started to
He's finally caught up.
stink horribly. You continue to move through Richard's stench trail, and your eyes begin to water. It's quite horrible. You may actually want him to be on the back of the group. He doesn't notice because he's running.
Yeah, I'm just booking it.
In the
As fast as
meantime-
my
Meanwhile, we're
exhausted
like,
butt can go.
Oh, God.
Yeah, shirts over the nose. Exactly. I mean, it's
We
the
can do
only
it.
person who's sort of safe from it is Lance. But if he's too far behind, it really hits him right in the face. He's
wafts
got the
down.
height level that's if he stays right up on people, he doesn't smell it. But the moment he dips back a little bit, oh God, it's the worst thing you've ever smelled, Lance. And you smelled some pretty bad stuff.
I have. Oh my. Have you smelled
Obviously,
Rhodey's?
drinking those water gourds produced a very odd scent of sweat.
Oh my God! It's like he's been eating asparagus.
Sullivan, you
Stop.
smell terrible.
Well, you don't shower for 20 days to see what happens.
Can you
It's
get
like you-
behind us?
Fuck you! Just keep on running harder.
If you're
Yes.
behind us, we'll run
Yes,
faster.
Lance, your eyes are watering. It's horrible. You
Oh.
think if the Sharpie attracted this creature, the stench of Richard is really going to attract this creature.
Oh, that
But
poor
you do
little-
notice that you all start to smell almost as like you've now entered an area with bacteria.
Oh dear.
So the bacteria is starting to grow
We're
and
almost
it's
out.
putting out the smell. So hence,
That's kind of a good sign.
well, not right now, it's not.
Ish.
I would say I'm probably in the back because I got stung 3 times in the legs.
They don't hurt though. Your legs don't hurt.
Yeah, but his legs were numb for a minute.
Yeah, they were numb
Yeah.
for a while, so you were walking like a zombie or a mummy. But
And I mean, I still did take a couple of HP points of damage, so they did hurt.
well, they hurt, but I mean, your legs aren't like crippled. They're
Yeah.
not having a problem moving. They're not swollen. You would have expected with those stings that your legs would swell, just even from the natural body's response to piercing damage. You know, I mean, it's getting, the stench is bad enough that you might have to make a sanity roll at some point. But you can keep moving.
Run.
After a while, you start to hear the scrabbling again of the claws on the rocks. Do you want to try anything else to distract the creature? Stop and fight it? You want to just keep running until it catches up?
Just keep running. I don't think I have anything on me.
Do those
Thought you took a rifle. You have a rifle.
I'm not gonna throw my rifle.
Well, I didn't mean that. But
do we have some more of those onion gourds that
Yeah, the bow.
Yeah.
picking up?
Yeah, I can throw one. I'll throw one of those at him.
Are those tiny?
Okay.
Are those
toss
smelling?
one of those behind you.
Yeah.
All right. When he throws it over his shoulder behind, and you guys, that onion thing. That gourd smells terrible. It may not be Richard. It may be those damn gourds.
Uh-oh.
Get rid of all the gourds, Richard. Throw them all out.
One at a time.
I will start throwing them out one
When
at a time,
by,
but I will keep
we pass by another hallway, throw it down another tunnel. We still have those holes from last week.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, shove one down in that.
Yeah. So, Richard, you run out of them pretty quick because they took a long time to dig up.
Sure.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into those.
And
That's why I'm holding on to one.
Oh, okay, cool. The smell is not so rank anymore. Maybe it is now just Richard.
Woo!
You know, you're no longer like crying to keep up. You know.
You've been
tolerate it.
demoted, Richard. You're less rank.
Thank you, Richard. This is better.
I live to serve.
It's still not good, but
I did say better.
yes. Only in this game could you wind up having to roll a sanity check for smelling somebody else. Okay, so it seems to have dropped. You don't hear it anymore. You're rather tired, especially Rosie from so much running. Do you want to slow down? You don't hear it anymore behind you.
I'm gonna slow down. Yeah.
Yeah, Rosie has to slow down,
Fucking old people.
and that's just from the smell.
And
That's not her hard, heavy breathing from running.
I'm gonna roll sanity to see because if I feel like I'm still being chased by that thing, I don't think I'm gonna stop for her.
Okay. Actually, make me a listen check.
A listen check, so I'll use that one. 67. That's a fail.
Okay. You don't hear it behind you.
Okay.
I mean, you could hear it. I mean, it was moving full speed. You could hear it scratching the walls and banging off the walls as it was running. It had a very distinct 8-legged footfall that you couldn't miss. It sounded like what you would guess a millipede would sound like if it was running.
Then I would, if I don't hear it anymore, then I'll go ahead and slow down and try to help Rosie.
Okay. Yeah, you want to drink, probably. You have a little bit of water left. You could always try and drink the cave water that's dripping, but it smelled of sulfur and other things, so it wouldn't probably taste very good.
So before I read from the tablet, I took a picture of it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pull that picture out and start looking at the tablet. How long or how fast do you think I could say the script on the tablet?
It might take about a minute and a half.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start walking a little bit slower than everybody else and listening for the creature.
Okay.
And as soon as I start hear it, I want to start reading the incantation on the tablet and just kind of like hold it until I see the creature and try to cast a spell at it.
Sure,
Turn it
sure,
into
yeah.
Richard.
Heck yeah.
I completely understand that. So what we'll say is you start to hear it. And you've dropped back just a little bit, maybe 20, 30 feet. Is that what you're thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In one hand, I've got my phone with the incantation, and the other hand is in my pocket.
Okay. Of course, your phone keeps trying to shut off, and you keep tapping it to keep it alive.
Mm-hmm.
After about another hour of walking, you start to hear noises behind you, and they're getting closer and closer and closer. You're going to start reading?
Yep.
Are you saying it out loud this time?
Yes.
Okay. He starts talking in some kind of Latinish gibberish back there out loud.
Oh no, not
and
again.
you can hear the scrabbling, the scratching of this creature as it's moving through the stonework.
If we hear it again, I start running again immediately.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And all of a sudden, you're in a drier portion of the cave, and you can see sunlight from in front of you. So you've obviously reached the end of where this cavern is, but is it your ending?
Oh, it's not.
So, Booker, it comes around the corner. As you finish reading out loud, how many magic points do you have left? And what are you trying to do?
I have 10 magic points left. And as soon as it turns the corner to buy myself some precious few seconds, pocket sand right in its gigantic eye.
Okay, but what is your intention with this spell?
My intention is to transmogrify this into something that can't hurt us.
Okay, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking like a grub, but big. A big grub.
A big grub. Okay.
Yeah, just like a wormy grub.
Okay. Big grub. Like the size it currently is?
Like the size of a golden retriever.
A grub the size of a golden retriever. Okay. It starts to shrink and it falls to the ground and it's rolling and writhing in what appears to be agony as it starts to shrink down. Remember, you grew out instead of shrinking down. Now, in the process, you're going to take another large hit to your sanity.
That's fine. I don't need that.
You don't need it. Oh,
Say
well,
that
if you
now.
don't need it, I'll take it off. Okay. So, and you watch this grub, and it gets down to about the size of a refrigerator and stops shrinking. And you feel completely drained, barely able to stand. Your magic points have dropped to 0.
Okay.
And it's all you can do to stumble and stagger away from this grub. And this grub, grubs actually have quite a nasty, scary mouth on them. If you were to magnify it to the size of a refrigerator. And you think that mouth could probably do a bunch of damage if it catches you. So we're going to have a slow motion chase scene as this grub is undulating along after you and you're staggering, holding onto the wall. The rest of you are easily able to get out of the fissure if you wish.
Yes.
Yeah, I ran
Okay.
as soon as I heard the thing.
Okay.
I'd like to stay behind to help Booker.
Okay. At the top of the fissure is MB Ellison. He's standing there with a cup of coffee. Oh, you're back. And we'll go back to Lance. Lance, are you just gonna grab Booker and try and help him along? I mean, it's this grub looks like it could eat you in one bite.
Basically, how big is Booker? How heavy does he look to be?
He's heavy, but it would probably be easier to support his weight rather than try to carry him.
Let's
because
do
his
that
long
then.
arms and legs would drag on the ground.
That's true. I'd have to
My
fold
size
him
is
over my
75.
back like Carrie,
Yeah.
and he still might touch the ground.
He'd still probably be dragging his feet and his arms, his feet and his hands.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, you're able to stay in front of the grub. And MB Ellison, and we'll go back to the MB Ellison outside because we still have a slow motion chasing going on in the cave between a grub, a leprechaun, supporting a Richard Sullivan, the second Richard Sullivan, and MB Ellison's like, hell, you guys were down there a long time. Is everybody? Oh, you all look. What happened to your face?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
And at that point, you see Lance and Booker scrambling up this ravine with this giant grub right on their tail.
I turn around and I will start shooting at it.
Okay. The grub is at least the size of a large refrigerator.
How far
Yes,
away is
well,
it from me?
it's a grub hub.
How far is it from you?
Yeah.
It's no more than 5 feet. If Lance hadn't come and gotten you, it would have caught you.
I want to reach into
Which
my
is pretty
pocket.
sad when you're not fast enough to outrace a grub.
I'm going to reach into my other pocket, and I'm going to throw all of the snuff that I had taken from the box directly into its mouth.
All right, make me a throw roll. Go ahead and make me a firearms, Richard.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens to this grub.
Oh, I will also shoot at it. If
Oh,
I'm
feel free.
Rolled
Lance,
a
your
16.
your arms are full. And he starts reaching for something and he slows you down, so it's getting closer.
I
Okay, Booker.
rolled a 16, and I'm going to spend 6 luck to make it a great success.
Can I do
Alrighty.
burst fire?
Yes, you may.
Okay, and that's I roll it 3 times, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rosie, you want to do burst as well?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
rolled
just-
an 86, 100, and an 86.
Yeah, obviously the undulation's throwing your aim off. Either that or it's the purple splotch on your face.
Yep.
Maybe it's fixing your eyesight so your glasses aren't working right.
Okay, I got 2 misses and then 1 great success.
Okay, 1 extreme success. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to roll me the damage, which is 2d6. Actually, I want you to roll me 4d6 because you did extreme damage.
– 16.
Okay, so you do quite a lot of damage to a grub as the bullets rip into this grub. But you swear the thing stops, recoils, and sneezes. And when it sneezes, a gold doubloon comes flying out and hits Booker right in the back of the head. And Booker and Lance are able to move rather quickly up the slope as it begins to undulate after them again. You guys can shoot one more time before it gets to the top.
So what happens on a malfunction? Because
Oh, malfunction is jammed.
Okay. So what do I have
Oh,
to
you
do?
rolled 100. That's right.
I
So
did.
it's jammed.
Yeah.
Okay, your gun is jammed. You'd have to take this round to clear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Rosie, you want to shoot again?
Yeah, I got 1 good success, 1 miss, and another good success.
Okay, so roll 46. It's 2 separate attacks. So tell me. So roll 2 at a time and tell me what you get.
Okay. The first one is 11. The second one is 6.
All right. Rosie puts a bunch of bullets right into it as it gets to the top of the fissure, and the ground starts shaking, and it just slams together. And one of the blocks that was stacked on another one falls off and cracks and crashes to the ground on the very tip of the mouth that was just out of the fissure when it died. And splat, it's flat underneath this concrete slab, which is now broken open.
Jeez.
Woo!
I did it!
Yay! We
Did
did
everyone
it.
get out of the fissure?
What's that?
Pulling Booker out.
Did
Oh
everyone?
yeah, Booker and Lance made it out.
Okay.
But
Damn.
where's Moose? How's Moose gonna get back?
Oh, he was it every 9 years? Is that what we established?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need everybody to make me a spot hidden, please.
Let home office know.
And MB's like, what the hell was that? What was that thing?
That was the Grub Hub.
Oh God, I'm never ordering food from them again.
You said a spot hidden.
Spot hidden, yes. Tell me what
I got
level you get.
a good success.
Okay.
And thanks for the raid, Freckle. Freckle
Oh,
sketches.
thank you,
Hey, thanks for the
Freckle.
raid.
Everybody
yes,
make
raid.
sure to go and give them a quick follow as a thank you.
Absolutely. And for those of you that just joined us, The group of investigators have just escaped the clutches of a giant grub that was produced by Booker.
To be
through a
fair, it was a
magic
giant
spell.
lizard to start
It
with.
had been a giant lizard, but he turned it into a giant grub instead. It was smaller than the lizard.
Yeah, it was improved.
And then as they were able to kill it and escape, the fissure that they had been in had slammed closed, and a large brick of concrete has fallen onto the spot where the grub's head was and broken open. And okay, so we're finding out what they're going to see, if they see anything. Booker, how'd you do on the spot hidden?
I got a 53, so just a normal success.
Okay, Rosie, what level of success did you get?
Normal success.
Lance?
I had no success.
Okay, well, you're a little out of breath probably from carrying Booker. Well, Richard. Yes. Richard.
30 out of 60.
Okay, so Richard, you got a good success. Richard, you see an arm and a head sticking out of where the concrete block broke open. So I want you to and you recognize that face. It's the face of MB Ellison. And you turn and look at MB Ellison, and he stands up a little straighter and goes, "Well, now that's a bit of an inconvenience."
I'd say. What's going on here?
Oh, it's just that was my
kill your
twin
twin?
brother. He was quite the asshole. Now you notice that MB Ellison has lost his accent.
I'm gonna point my gun at him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do the same now that I've got it unjammed. Did you kill him? I don't care if he's an asshole. But did you kill him?
Yes, I did.
Now, why? Why would you do that? Because he's an asshole?
Yeah.
I mean, Booker's an
because
asshole. I didn't
we
kill
had-
him.
We had an
There's no
argument
Booker
over the pyramid.
You killed
didn't
him
wanna
over an
do it?
argument over the pyramid.
Well, he pulled a gun on me first. I had to defend myself.
So,
And
how'd you kill him then if he pulled a gun on you first?
I never said he was a good shot. I got him before he got me.
You got
Now-
any pictures of you two together?
Yeah, back at the house.
I'd like to see that personally.
Oh, well, we can go back to the house. You want to get in the gas cart? I'll drive you back. You know, we came up with this pyramid scheme on our own, so I figured he'd want to be part of it.
But
No.
You know, I figured he'd want to be part of it, so I put him in one of the blocks.
Did he want to be part of it? Was that his choice?
He was dead, so no.
You seem really casual with murder.
Well, as I said, he was an asshole.
If that was a acceptable reason,
He
there
pulled
would
a
be-
gun on me. It was self-defense.
Says you.
Yes, says
Do
me.
you have any witnesses say that he pulled a gun on you?
No, you see any witnesses
No,
here?
it's just, he pulled a gun on me.
Can you crack one of the other blocks open?
You know how long it takes for one of those to dry?
Well,
They're
why are you putting
expensive.
people in them?
I put people in that one.
he said people. Plural.
Is there a person in each one of these blocks?
What? What? That's a lot of people. Are you crazy?
I know. You seem to be kind of casual about this.
You sound a
You're
lot
crazy.
different than what you used to.
And what you see that he just kind of rubs his two fingers together like this, and there's a flash of black light, and when the light disappears, he's gone. And everybody make me a sanity roll.
I knew I should have shot him.
Yeah. I failed.
All right, so Booker, how'd you do?
Rolled a 3.
Oh, you're good, Booker. All right, Rosie,
12.
12.
Not bad.
You're good. All right. So, Lance.
14.
All right. Way to go, Lance. And Richard.
I failed.
You failed. I'm not surprised. Okay, so, Richard, you're getting to a, you're actually at a break point here, Richard. You believe that MB Ellison wasn't real. He was just like Helen in the other world.
Stupid hallucinations.
And just disappeared.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, like I'm so tired of seeing things. Like I just need to go home, go to bed. Like this is getting ridiculous.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the golf cart and go up to the house and find a couch to sleep on or something.
Is everybody gonna go with him in the golf cart?
I will. I'm not walking back.
Remember, there's beer in that golf cart. Or there was yesterday.
How's Booker looking?
Fine, rock solid, baby.
Does he still look like Sullivan?
Yes. But now there's a difference. The original Sullivan has a purple splotch on his cheek. You can tell them apart.
Great.
I'm pretty solid.
Progress.
Oh my God, that's right. We need to go to the doctor.
This is so weird.
The
Now let's pile all the gold up in the golf cart.
Well, it's all in your
location-
packs. So
Yeah.
The location that the farmer was standing on before he disappeared, are there like boot prints there?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, there are boot prints. And a coffee cup that he
Cup.
dropped. It's rich smell of coffee.
You shouldn't worry about hallucinations. Like they're not real. Don't worry about it.
You're not real. Are there any footprints walking
thought that
away from the position?
There are some, but not that match that footprints right there.
Okay. I didn't know if he just turned invisible and walked away.
He could have. He could have jumped 6 feet to the side and then walked away.
All right.
I'm
I
still
think we should
thinking
probably leave. I don't think we should sleep in the house. I think we should probably go back to the hotel.
I want to go to the hospital. Personally.
That's fair.
He might be in the house.
We should.
All right, so
I don't know who
want
I'm
to break
talking about.
these stones open and find out if there's other people inside every single one of these.
I agree.
blocks.
Well, you do know
But-
that there was one that he poured yesterday
Yes.
that you
Ah!
could
Let's
crack
go
open.
break that one open.
That could be our friend.
Yeah, you could crack open the mold and it would just probably pour out still. As only the outside would be hard.
Let's
Yeah,
go do
let's
that.
do that.
Which friend?
Moose.
Bruce.
Oh, it might be Moose. Okay. All right. You go over. Who's gonna crack the wooden frame open?
I'll do it.
All right.
I'll
Make me a
help.
dodge roll.
35.
Perfect. You're able to dodge away from the wave of concrete that comes out once you break the mold open. And inside is a body. It's supported by straps that were attached to the insides of the framing. And it looks like Richard Sullivan.
How many Richard Sullivans do we have?
3 now.
We're up to 3. Each one is in worse condition.
Yep.
All right.
How do you feel about this, Sullivan?
And
I feel
Sullivan.
okay.
I don't know who this man is, but he's not me.
And with that Richard Sullivan is all the gear that, a set of the gear that you all brought inside the cement block with him, including the M16.
I bet it was Moose. Moose got turned.
I bet this is not Sullivan with us.
So I want everybody to make me another sanity roll now that you have
Yeah.
3 Richard Sullivans. The first one was understandable. The second one, what the hell's going on?
This broke me.
So, Booker,
I got a 56.
56.
How much?
Okay.
How much did I lose off that last roll?
You didn't lose any.
The one where he was hallucinating.
He's not telling us.
Oh, no,
No.
you.
I
Yeah,
have to
I
know.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay,
I got
you all right, fine.
I got you there, buddy. You're good to go.
I rolled a 32 then.
Okay. So 32, you're gonna pass seeing yourself again. Booker, you got, yes, you're good. Rosie, how'd you do?
Not good. I got a 73.
Yeah, that's not good, Rosie.
Not good. Didn't like that there's 3 of them.
No, that's definitely not good. I could see why that would send a chill up your spine. Lance.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, Lance, you're fine.
I'm used to makeup, special effects.
Richard Sullivan's a dime a dozen now. All right, so what are you guys gonna do?
It's like in Hollywood, there's only 3 different noses.
Can I search his personal kit for a compass?
In Richard Sullivan's kit?
The dead
One that's
Richard
got
Sullivan?
concrete on everything?
Yeah.
Okay, it will actually have cracked from the heat of the concrete curing because it's actually very hot. His body's actually cooked.
Oh.
Ew.
That was something I did not know about concrete.
Yeah, concrete heats up quite a lot.
It's
Yeah,
like a
he's
barbecue.
cooked.
So I do find what remains to be a compass.
Yes. I mean, so what's happened is that with the heat, the glass has cracked, and it's probably there's goo, concrete goo inside the glass now, so it's not going to spin and rotate like you would expect.
Well, I just think that Moose was the only one of us who had a compass on him.
Yeah.
You'd ask Richard if he has a compass. You never asked.
Hey, Richard, do you have a compass?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I pull it out.
Has a
Smack it out of
compass.
his hand.
Looks exactly the same.
All right.
So what? So the one in here has the same kit as we picked up from the hotel room,
Yes. And the same kit that Richard Sullivan has, just not as aged. You're Richard Sullivan that's sitting there talking to you.
Yes, I have the same stuff as the Richard Sullivan.
As the dead body. We'll refer to it as the dead body.
As the dead body.
All right. Can you explain this, Richard and Richard?
I was in a fissure for 20 days. What do you want from me?
I was
I don't
also.
know.
in the
All I
fissure.
see is a pile of dicks here.
I take my last gourd of water and start drinking out of it.
There's beer in the there's actually beer in the gas cart under the seat.
I don't know that.
If anybody wants to go get some.
I will need one.
Rosie, you might need one right about now.
Yeah, I do.
Let's break out the beer.
Give me one. This
So
is
what are you
too
gonna
much.
do about Richard III?
A horse.
Like, I'm gonna recommend we gotta burn the bodies. Like,
Do you two want to like duel it out?
There is another cement block that more formed, but probably is not much older than this one.
let's open that one.
Look
See
at
if
that
there's a
one.
4th Richard Sullivan in there.
Okay.
Let's find out. Do we have Richard the Fourth?
I hope not. That'd be bad.
All right.
So you're
Judging by how the concrete all slumped out last time,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to stand not in the way this time
okay.
and see
That's
if I can
fine.
sledgehammer it out.
When you crack it open, it's a much more viscous. You actually have to break open the outer portion of the cement that's already cured because it cures from the outside in, and eventually it'll flow out. It's much drier, more thick. It's not as liquidy because it's been curing for you don't know how long. And in there, you have to shine your flashlight in there. It looks to be a short Hispanic man.
Does that match the description of anyone we know?
No. Maverick, you could Lance could fit in there and take a picture.
Well, I think we figured out where all the missing people are.
Yeah, and you look at the around you at the sheer amount of blocks, and you remember back to when you were first talking to MB Ellison, and he said that he had 428 blocks
It's a
already
lot of
created.
people.
If there's a body in each of those, that's a lot of bodies.
And us saying that was what made him disappear, made him leave. Was that we had thought that there were bodies in all of them.
Yeah.
That's why he disappeared. Yeah, absolutely. But he wasn't real to begin with, right?
Well, he was definitely a hallucination.
Do I have cell service now?
You do have cell service, but your battery's almost dead.
Hmm.
Oh, we
I'm
do have the
gonna go-
car. We can plug
You
it
do
into
have
the car.
Moose's
We've
van,
got it.
but Moose had the keys.
Yeah, I'll go
I
inside
have
the
my
house.
sports car that I
You
drove
do have
separately.
your sports car.
I'm going. Let's go power up the car and plug it in and recharge all your cell phone stuff.
I've got the keys to Sullivan's car because I'm Sullivan.
He does have the keys to Sullivan's Jeep.
We could also go inside.
We should do that too.
Yeah, I
we
want to
should-
check
we
out
should
inside.
yeah.
But I'm gonna plug in my phone, get it charging, and then I'm gonna make a call to home office and tell them, give them a brief report of what happened in the fissure, and then tell them that there's a body in all of these different blocks, and there's still
Mass
somebody
murderer.
at large.
We're not sure who the real Sullivan is.
When
Yes.
you're going
I'm a real
through the
Sullivan.
house, and Booker, you're talking to them, and they actually will call you back. Sullivan, do you plug your phone in?
Absolutely.
Your phone actually rings after Booker talks to him.
Pick it up. Sullivan.
This is the home office.
No,
Where have you been?
I was down in the fissure, and I got stranded. Couldn't find my way back home.
Are you done with your investigation?
Yes.
Are you back in the meeting area?
No, we're still at the fissure location. We will be making a trip to the hospital to get our injuries taken care of real quick, and then we will make our way to the hotel.
We could send a doctor
Very good.
to the
So
florist exhibit, or whatever you called it.
so to the hotel then, where we will be taken care of by.
Contact us when you're at the hotel, and we'll
Very good.
send a doctor.
Very good.
Hey, Richard, is that home office?
No.
Okay,
Tell them
so
to send biscotti.
while you're searching around the house, you actually find that there's a lot of pictures of MB Ellison with very prominent people. He obviously was quite the rich bigwig. You also see that he is posed in pictures with a lady, probably about his age, and 5 kids. And this picture looks relatively recent. And as you move around the house, you find that there are 5 children's bedrooms, varying in age from 14 to 7.
But nobody there.
No. Perhaps they were the first victims.
Are there any cell phones in the kids' room?
No. It does appear that they have been ransacked.
Is there like an office or any bookcases or anything?
There is an office, but it has all kinds of business books, some older novels, but nothing cult-like, nothing esoteric.
Is there any evidence of a twin?
No evidence of a twin at all. But I do need, actually, Rosie, when you go into the basement, you notice that one of the walls doesn't look quite right
Okay.
because you have a very high spot hidden. It doesn't look right. So make me a luck roll.
35.
35. Yes. Okay. So you are able to find the switch that opens the door to the safe room,
Oh.
to their escape room. It's a bunker, kind of large steel box with its own air recycling and everything else. And in there, you actually find what appears to Booker to be occult type materials. No books or anything of that nature, but things like different kinds of herbs and crystals, things that you would mix with occult. But it looks like someone has been here very recently and grabbed a bunch of stuff from in this room and left in a hurry. Just the way things are scattered. And you can see that a lot of the food has been eaten. You can see where somebody's obviously been living down here.
I think somebody's been living down here. Hey, come check this place out.
And it does look like somebody had been in there and grabbed a bunch of stuff and then left quickly.
So you think this is where he vanished to?
I don't know.
Possible.
And then grabbed his stuff and then kept vanishing?
Or is he still in the house?
I think he fled.
Evidence shows that we could infer that he probably fled.
You don't find it. You didn't find him in the house.
No.
And this was the last place Rosie was walking around. There's quite the wine cellar down here. Most of the bottles are empty.
Is there one that's not empty?
Yes.
I open it and start taking swigs.
Okay. It matches the splotch on your face. Just by happenstance.
Are those staying the same, by the way, or are they growing?
No, they're staying the same.
Okay.
Can I check out the occult stuff?
Yeah,
yes.
Booker's specialty.
It's like supplies. There's no books. There's no tablets. It's like they were the supplies that were being used to do occult activities. But what activities, you're not sure. Whatever was being done has disappeared with MB Ellison. But he wasn't MB Ellison.
He was a hallucination.
Was he? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was an hallucination.
Yeah, he didn't even exist.
Richard.
I think Richard's on to something. He was pretending to be MB Ellison.
Yeah, I don't think that was him. And I'm pretty sure him and all of his family are in these blocks.
Does that mean that Booker is a replacement for Booker? For Richard?
No, you can't replace Richard.
That's true.
There can be only one.
That's
So
true.
we do have he. Now,
And
this is the
Booker-
guy that he killed Richard.
Just to give you an idea, Booker looks like he's gonna fall over at any moment. He looks drained. I mean, he looks white, bleached, like he's, all the blood's drained out of his system. He just doesn't look good. That Richard doesn't look good.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah.
No, he's
I'm
trying
the
too
pretty
hard to be
Richard.
like me, and it's draining him.
This is an ugly Richard. Shut up.
I can't argue with you, but no.
I thought I told you to say
All right. So there's really nothing else that you could find here. And breaking open the other blocks would take probably
A long time.
I assume
it-
Home Office will send agents to do that.
Well,
Oh, yeah, it would-
so
it
we
would
need to
take
go
a
back to the
jackhammer.
hotel, guys.
That's
Okay.
what I think too.
The,
And to the
uh,
hospital.
Well, so that was home office. They're gonna send a doctor to the hotel to meet us there.
Oh, okay. I accept that.
Okay, when you get to the hotel, Richard pulls out the original Richard pulls out his phone, taps some numbers into it, gets a beep beep back, and goes and pulls out a conference phone from out of one of the cabinets and puts it on the table, gets it all set up and ready, and goes ahead and turns it on, and the home office calls, and and says, okay, the doctor will be there momentarily. What happened?
So much happened.
So do you tell them everything? Or let me put it this way. What don't you tell them?
I don't want to tell them about seeing Moose's person in the desert because I feel like it makes us sound crazy.
Well, you have two Richards now, so.
Well, but they can see that.
Oh, definitely tell them about the cave system that we went through.
Yeah.
The weird berries hanging from the hanging tendrils.
The Atlantis symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I told them about the buildings in the desert.
Yep. And the fact that I think we brought back all the gold for them to investigate. And we had agreed we were going to hand that over to them.
Yes, you did.
So-
You did bring back gold.
So we're going to mention all of that and that whole story.
Okay. What are you going to say about MB Ellison and the pyramid scheme?
Oh,
I
think
would-
we mention that.
I'll be honest about that.
Okay. And you can tell that the person who's asking you questions on the other side of the phone is not shocked. Perhaps they've heard weird things like this before, which you would expect. The doctor does show up and patches you up, but has never seen anything like the purple splotches. And when you tell him it was venom, he tells you that that's not possible. Venom doesn't stain skin like that. These look like tattoos.
Well, they were very unusual.
Yeah, and it's in the same dermal layer as you would put ink from a tattoo.
Do you think I can get it removed?
It might come off with laser treatment, but I wouldn't know. I mean, this
Do you
is
think I can
venom.
cut it off?
You want to? No, you don't want to cut down to that level in your skin.
Oh,
It wouldn't grow back.
That's fair.
Well, now it's just like we all have matching tattoos of moose tracks to remember Moose by.
I have-
Yes, you have moose
We have
tracks.
moose tracks.
We are going to mention that we lost Moose somewhere.
Oh yes, I figured that was.
And that a rescue attempt should be made to find Moose. We could find no evidence of him.
In 9 years.
But they're like, but if the fish are closed, how are we supposed to find him?
9 years.
Wait 9 years.
9 years. Oh, okay.
Time is weird there.
9 years
Yes.
here does not necessarily mean 9 years there.
Oh, okay. Could be longer, right? From what
be
you
longer.
said.
It
Sure.
felt like 20 days for me, but apparently it's only been 2.
And actually, outside, it only been 1 day.
Oh.
It was the next morning.
So he might be an old moose when we find him.
An old moose.
Mm-hmm.
I wish him the best of luck surviving on these gourds.
You have to find out about the gourds first.
Yeah, and hopefully the lizard doesn't get him.
You mean the
There's
grub?
the lizard.
He was armed for bear and was a resourceful individual.
Armed for bear, but he's a moose.
Yep.
Okay.
Sacrificed for not a great cause.
Okay.
Thank you.
And they will take care of. I mean, they will reserve the rooms there for a couple of days so that you guys can get rested. The doctor will come and see you a couple of times. He'll give you antibiotics and a bunch of other shots just in case you got something from over there. But the longer you were here before you were able to shower, the worse and worse you all smelled because the bacteria was growing like crazy on you because you had built up so much sweat and grime. You were a stinky crew.
We
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Richard,
He
do you
was
give
smelly.
them the bulb that
Yeah.
you didn't tell anybody you had?
The
Okay.
one that I drank out of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that will be the end of our adventure as you are recovering from your ordeal, and we'll find out what happened to Moose next time. Yes, Booker.
So before we left, I would have grabbed my trail camera that I had set up.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through the footage, did I notice anything weird, especially with the farmer?
No, he would come back to the hole every so often and check it, drink a beer, sit there, wait for a while, then go back. He didn't come overnight, but he came back in the morning with some coffee. He didn't seem to be doing anything more than just keeping an eye out and coming over and checking every so often to see if you'd come out. Okay. But you didn't see Moose come out of the hole. So the home office did find it was kind of interesting that there are 2 Richard Sullivans, though. Well, technically 3, but they know one of them used to be Booker.
Now, how did that happen again? It was the tablet that did that?
Mm-hmm.
Appears so.
Yep.
Why did it make you into another Sullivan?
He doesn't know. He doesn't understand.
I don't know, but I'm making plans to make sure that there's only one left. Just
The pretty one. The pretty one.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
else.
Secretly,
Well,
I'm wondering if that was a real Sullivan in that block. Because that was what would make sense to this one. Because the other one, the Black Wizard had knocked off the real person he had pretending to be and put him in a block. If we're going to do the same modus operandi, this Sullivan is the fake Sullivan and the real one was in the block.
That's what I was saying when we were looking through the block. I don't think this one is the real one either.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Either.
I think the dead one is the real one.
I agree with Rosie.
Are we all having this conversation?
No, I'm going to
I
pull
wouldn't
Rosie's
say
that to
side
you.
at some point.
No,
Okay.
these are just the player thoughts because we're done. I do want to
Okay.
thank everybody in the audience for joining us for this bizarre tale, and hopefully you all enjoyed yourself. Let us know how we're doing. Give us thumbs up or whatever you want to do. And if you have any questions for us, now's the time to ask. But you want to go ahead and announce the winner of the drawing.
So it was Grumpy Lizard.
Woo!
Grumpy Lizard 42. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Wizards.
I've already been in touch with Grumpy and to get their information so that I can get those dice sent out to you. Again, thank you to 1985 Games for that. And yes, that's all I got.
And
Congrats,
guys,
Grumpy Lizard.
Yay!
Congrats, Grumpy Lizard. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free, and if you don't miss any of the action and access to all the shows and content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos help future adventurers find out about the show. And I'd also like to give a big shout out to Omega Control, who popped in and played with us today.
Yeah.
Running tech and running a PC all at the same time. What can't he do?
Absolutely. He can do anything. He needs a cape.
Set your mind to it. You can do anything, kids.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, don't forget to take a look at Dirty Deeds on Wednesday, Whiskey Magic and Destruction on Thursday, and our special series of dungeon crawls on Saturday with the RPG short shots.
Which I am the DM of one of. And they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks for them. First session killed somebody, downed another. Second session killed another person with Black Razor, an epic, legendary weapon. Turned them into ash. They need some help. So the more help and support that you guys can give in chat, the better chances that they will actually finish the adventure.
We did actually have a question in the chat, is that when will the new episodes of Omega Files be up on YouTube? Not sure. It depends on when the tech who does that gets a chance to start putting stuff back up there. There's a lot of work for one person, so you got to give him some time, and he's taking a break for a couple weeks. So I would say that it won't be up there for a couple weeks.
My guess would probably be closer to it. If it's not in the beginning of August, then it's going to be the end of August when we can get caught up.
And so next week, we will be playing. Well, we'll be in a new story arc, and there will be some repeat players and some that are new or different, or a different combination of the ones that already exist. You never quite know who's going to be joining us in the next week. So that one is called Stardust.
Hey.
Oh,
Excited.
trust me, Sally, it has nothing to do with you. But let's go ahead and give everybody a chance to say where you can find them. Guy, you want to kick it off?
You can find me on Twitter at guy_Foti, F-O-T-I, and on the Games Tavern Twitch, as well as the Dungeon Mechanics Twitch. I'm going to be starting a campaign over there that's going to be airing on Saturday nights. I would say next weekend is our first episode.
Nice.
Sally Stardust.
Yeah, I'm Sally Stardust. You can find me on Instagram at Sally Stardust RVA. You can also find my burlesque troupe on Instagram at Burlesque Right Meow. But otherwise, I mostly just stream indies and Megaphiles games.
Eric.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric Mengi. You can find me on the Twitters at Eric with a C _Mengi, M-E-N-G-E, where I make random thoughts about Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games and historical things, because I just kind of use it as a stream of consciousness over there.
And Omega Control, aka Jack.
Hey, my name is Jack. I am usually behind the scenes on Tuesdays, but today I got to come out and say hi to everybody. You can find me on Games Tavern on Saturdays for the next 2 weeks, DMing the White Plume Mountain Adventure, and also I will be guest starring here every once in a while, and otherwise be behind the scenes the whole time. So.
And I'm Sholem West. I was the DM, or the keeper as we call it, for this. And you'll find me here next Tuesday running Stardust. You can also find me on the Steamrollers Adventure podcast doing commercials, steampunk commercials. That's all I have. Oh, back to the YouTube. It'll get there when it gets there. The great thing is you can watch this again on Twitch. We want to thank everybody who watched the last episode. We're at 1.9 thousand views, which is crazy. And we do this for ourselves, but mostly for you guys to enjoy the experience of watching these poor people lose their minds.
Hallucinations. Well, thank you guys, everybody, for joining us tonight, and you all have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Thanks,
See
everyone.
you Tuesday.
Take care.
Bye.